time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Bill Elson.
Live from Little Rock, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Hello once again, everybody. A very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Raywinder Field, where tonight Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Tulsa Drillers in Game 4 of a 5-game series. Hope you had a good Sunday off. We certainly did. Thanks for tuning in to ITT Technical Institute pregame show here from Raywinder Field. I'm Phil Elson on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE and our friends at minorleaguebaseball.com on the internet. Travelers, winners of 3 of their last 4 games, split a doubleheader with the Drillers on Saturday night, losing the opener 6-4. Travelers rebounding in the nightcap, hitting 5 homers with Greg Porter finishing 4 for 4 with a couple of freeway shots. Brandon Wood, Matt Brown, and Aaron Peel also connecting on home runs, with the Travelers one going away 9-3. Travelers won 2 of 3 games in this series against the first-half champion Tulsa Drillers. Travs 4 wins, 6 losses in the second half. At the moment, 2 games behind Wichita for first in the North. The Drillers at 5-5 are 1 game back, but of course Tulsa doesn't have much to worry about here in the second half already with their ticket stamped to the playoffs. Tulsa overall record 46-34 is the second best record in the league, and the Travelers still pulling up with the worst record in the league by 7 games at 28-51. Taking a look at tonight's starting pitching matchup, it'll be James Holcomb for the Arkansas Travelers, still in search of that pesky first victory. Holcomb is 0-6 in 12 starts with a 5.01 ERA. It'll be his 4th start coming off the disabled list. He's had a tough time his previous 2 times out, giving up a total of 11 runs in 6 1/3 innings. Travelers losing those games to Corpus Christi and San Antonio by combined scores of 19-3. Meanwhile, the Drillers send Steven Register to the hill. The Drillers have had an outstanding pitching staff this year, leading the league with a 363 team earned run average, but Register has been a little bit of a weak spot of the rotation, where in 15 starts he has just 1 win, 5 losses, and a 4.42 ERA. It is a spectacular night for baseball here in Little Rock on July 4th extended weekend, as the Travelers and the Drillers will finish off the series tomorrow, but tonight we've got the first fireworks in the Rock. So if you're tuning in and thinking, what you going to do on a Monday night just before the holiday off tomorrow? Well, of course, many people will be going downtown to watch the fireworks tomorrow night. Well, why don't you get warmed up? We've got fireworks presented by Allstate Insurance tonight here at Raywinder Field. It'll come right after the ball game on the field, and so it's going to be an outstanding night for baseball, and certainly very entertaining afterwards with those first fireworks in the Rock. Plenty to talk about next on the ITT Tech pregame show, checking all the Texas League scores and news across the Angels organization. That'll be right after these words on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Hey guys, want another beer?
Another what?
Another beer.
I didn't have a beer. You do a beer? I don't think so.
Yes, you did. These beers right in front of you? Remember you ordered them from me?
Weird. I remember eating the wings. Yeah, the wings were good. Are you sure we drank the beer?
Look, you guys came in, you ate the wings, you drank the beer.
Huh.
Whatever. Do you guys want another round?
Of what?
Beer.
Yeah, that sounds great. You want a beer? I would love a beer. Next time, try the light beer with the taste you won't forget. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC Powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headaches, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Ashbury, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Raymond Field on the ITT Technical Institute pregame show where the public address announcer going through the starting lineups. We'll have the lineup for you in the next segment. Earning a degree may not be as difficult to fit into your life as you may think. The ITT Technical Institute offers traditional or online programs. You can find out more simply by going online to www.itt-tech.edu. Phil Elson-Rippey here at the ballpark, checking out last night's Texas League scores. Of course, the Drillers and the Crabs were off yesterday after playing over 5.5 hours of baseball on the double dip on Saturday. One close game in the league yesterday. Springfield ended a 7-game losing streak, defeating Wichita 6-4. A 10-hit attack led by two of the Cardinals, Terry Evans and Nick Savinoa, combining to go 6 for 6. Evans hit his fourth double in just 3 weeks. Meanwhile, Savinoa finished with 3 singles and 2 RBIs. Jordan Powell, the right-hander for the Cardinals, picked up his 6th win against 3 losses, going 7 innings and allowing only 2 earned runs. Corey Doyne struck out 3 batters in an inning and a third, saving his third of the season. Sung Chong takes the loss for Wichita, and he falls to 4-9, rising his ERA to 4.91. Springfield is 2-8. Meanwhile, Wichita still in first place in the North Division at 6 wins, 4 losses. They're a game ahead of Tulsa and 2 ahead of the Crabs. South Division games yesterday, neither was close. Corpus Christi shuts out Midland 7-0, a 5-hitter thrown by 2 Corpus Christi pitchers. Matt Albers, the first pitcher in the league to 10 wins. He allowed only 5 hits and 3 walks while striking out 6 batters and lowered his ERA to 1.92 with 7 shutout innings. Albers has 10 wins, 2 losses, and the league's lowest ERA by over half a full run. Meanwhile, David Rolandini went the final 2 innings of perfect baseball. And Corpus Christi gets their 8th win in the second half, but also the San Antonio Missions won their 8th game, staying tied with the Hooks for first in the South Division. San Antonio, after getting 15 base hits and an 8-1 beating of the Frisco Rough Riders at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. New second baseman for the Missions, Young Chi Chen, finished 3 for 5 with a couple of doubles. He scored a run, 2 homers by the Missions. Jesus Guzman hit his 7th. And Marshall Hubbard hit his 2nd since coming up from single A. Only 4 hits for Frisco, 2 of them coming by Jake Laylock, the designated hitter. San Antonio right-hander Yorvin Pizzardo went 7 2/3 innings, allowing only 1 run on a walk and 4 base hits. He's 4-3. Ryan Roland Smith going the final inning and a third for his first save. Ryan Jensen falls to 2-4 for Frisco, giving up 4 runs on 10 base hits in 6 innings. The Rough Riders are 2-8 after losing 3 games in a row. They're 6 games back of Corpus Christi and San Antonio, with Midland coming up at 5-5, 3 games out. Games today in the league, it's Corpus Christi at Midland, 7 p.m. first pitch. Ray Aguilar for the Rockhounds, the right-hander at 6-4. Mitch Talbot will pitch for the Hooks, his record 5-3. Frisco and San Antonio, 7 o'clock at the Soda Bottle. Ryan Fearben pitching for the Missions. He has won 4 straight games, upping his record of 5-5. And as usual, Frisco does not announce their starting pitchers. Springfield and Wichita, 7-10 first pitch. Blake Hawksworth, right-handed prospect for the Cardinals, going up against Zach Greinke, who comes in with 2 wins and 1 loss. A little bit of news from the Angels organization starting right here in Little Rock, where Brandon Wood was named the first Traveler Texas League Player of the Week for the 2006 season. It is the week that just ended on Sunday, and what a week Wood had. He was 11 for 23. That's a .478 batting average. Brandon homered 3 times, drove in 8 runs, and had a slugging percentage during the week at 1.043. Just an incredible number there. Brandon is the minor league leader with 50 extra base hits. He also is leading the Texas League with 30 doubles, his 18 home runs, ranking 3rd in the league. And Brandon Wood, once again, the first Traveler this year to be named a Texas League Player of the Week. And congratulations go out to Brandon Wood, who's starting at shortstop tonight for the Travs. Checking quick news from the Angels organization. The Halos yesterday shut out the Dodgers 4-0 with John Lackey striking out a career-high 10 batters in 6 2/3 innings. A shutout ball picked up his 6th win of the season. Angels pitchers combined to strike out 15 batters, with Frankie Rodriguez, the former 2002 Traveler closer, striking out the side in the 9th. That brought the Angels their 2nd straight win. They go to 37-44 in their home in 5 games behind first place Oakland. Tonight, Jared Weaver makes his return to the Angels after winning his first 4 starts, and then the Angels sent him down, and now replacing his brother Jeff with Jared. Weaver 4-0 and a 1.37 ERA. It'll be Jared Weaver at Seattle taking on rookie right-hander Felix Hernandez. 8 wins, 7 losses for King Felix. A couple of Texas leaguers right there. Jared Weaver with the Travs last year. Felix Hernandez with the San Antonio Missions 2 years ago. Keep you updated on that game as we get throughout our broadcast tonight, and that is for sure. Quickly, some news from the minor league portion of the Ag-Pro Farm Report. Salt Lake giving up 6 runs in the 4th inning yesterday, losing 7-4. Howie Kendrick did extend his hit streak to 9 games in a row. Salt Lake still in first, 2 games ahead in the PCL North at 49-34. Rancho Cucamonga pounded out 15 hits. California League victory over Inland Empire, 15-7. Third straight win for the Quakes. They're 4-6 in the second half. Baltazar Lopez 2 hits, 4 RBIs. Sean Rodriguez 3 hits. The big news was Nick Adenhart's debut in the California League, where he gives up only 4 runs on 8 hits in 6 innings, striking out 4, picked up his 10th win of the season against those 2 losses. He was 9-2 in the Midwest League. Speaking of the Midwest League today, right-hand prospect Stephen Merrick lost 8 innings of 4-hit, 1-run ball for his 9th win of the season. Cedar Rapids beat Burlington 7-1. Merrick 9-1 record, a 2.02 ERA, and certainly Merrick maybe a guy to look for promotion to Rancho Cucamonga sometime over the next couple of weeks. Also, the Colonels today getting a big game from Kyle Davies, their left fielder, hit a home run and drove in 5. That's some news from the Angels organization on the Ag-Pro Farm Report. Ag-Pro proud to feature outstanding John Deere products, and you can check them out online at agprocompanies.com. Ag-Pro Central Arkansas, located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, and England. We got the Travelers and the Drillers here on a Monday night, July the 3rd. First Fireworks in the Rock presented by Allstate Insurance tonight after the ball game. And then tomorrow, a special 1:30 start time, an afternoon ball game with the Travs and the Drillers, wrapping up the series. Then it's on to Wichita for a 5-game series beginning on Wednesday. It'll be a 7:05 third pitch. If you're looking for a discount ticket for tomorrow's game in the afternoon, you can pick it up at a Pulaski County Exxon gas station every Tuesday night home game or Tuesday afternoon home game. As far as tomorrow goes, discount tickets available at Pulaski County Exxon gas station. Hope to see you at the ballpark tomorrow. We will not have a radio broadcast tomorrow night, strictly on the internet at www.travs.com or minorleaguebaseball.com. We're about to have the national anthem performed here at Ray Winder Field. We'll take a break, come back with the starting lineup. Travelers and the Drillers on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because 2 great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T with its passion to invent and SPC with its drive to deliver have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewATT.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. No, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories.
If you haven't been able to quit smoking for yourself, think about the people around you. Every year, secondhand smoke kills more than 40,000 non-smokers and causes over 400,000 cases of severe asthma in children. Call 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Now. Stamp out smoking. A Healthy Arkansas initiative from the Arkansas Department of Health and Human Services.
We are Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
Fans responding to Isom Kelly, a fine Star Spangled Banner performance here at Ray Winder Field. Thank you very much, Isom. Always a very nice job done by the. It's a unique sound. Isom Kelly may have the deepest voice in the entire state of Arkansas, and he sounds wonderful whenever he sings here. Nice to have him here for a July 3rd ball game with the red, white, and blue bunting out at the ballpark. You always know you got a special occasion at a baseball park when there's bunting on the fence, and you'll see some bunting on the field as well. Taking a look at our starting lineup, beginning with the visiting Tulsa Drillers, AA affiliate of the Colorado Rockies. I put together a second half record at 5-5. Tulsa is the first half champions. Overall record 46-34. Leading off for Tulsa, and back at shortstop, Troy Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki has missed 2 of the 3 games of this series with a sprained left knee. Batting second, right fielder Seth Smith. Joe Gaetti batting third. He'll be the DH. Cleaning up first baseman Joe Koshansky. 5-hitter third baseman Kristen Colonel. Batting sixth for the Drillers, center fielder Jordan Zarnicki. Judd Sigpen batting seventh. He'll be in left field. Batting eighth and catching Alvin Colina. Rounding out Tulsa starting ninth, second baseman Matt Macri. That's Tulowitzki, Smith, Gaetti, Koshansky, Colonel, Zarnicki, Sigpen, Colina, and Macri for Stu Cole's Tulsa Drillers. Crabs, of course, the AA affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, putting together a 4-6 second half record overall, 28-51. Dwayne Bacon will be leading off. Bacon in center field. Batting second, designated hitter Aaron Peel. Brandon Wood on a 9-game hit streak. Batting third, he's at shortstop. Leading up third baseman Matt Brown. Bobby Wilson batting fifth. He'll catch. Nathan Haynes in the sixth spot in right field. Batting seventh at first base tonight, Matt Pauley. Devin Day starting in left field. He'll bat eighth. Rounding out the trap starting ninth, second baseman Eric Rodman. Bacon, Peel, Wood, Brown, Wilson, Haynes, Pauley, Day, and Rodland for Tyrone Boykin's Arkansas Travelers. Take a look at the pitching matchup tonight. Each team sends a right-hander to the hill. Steven Register for Tulsa, 6 feet 1 inch tall. He is out of Columbus, Georgia, and he's put together 15 starts this year, just 1 win, 5 losses, and a 4.42 earned run average. 89 2/3 innings worked by Register, a third-round pick in 2004. Allowed 101 base hits, a 290 batting average against, 12 homers, 30 walks, 48 strikeouts. Register is 23 years old and in his third professional season. For the Travelers, James Holcomb makes his 13th start. Third since coming off the disabled list with a sore lower back. 0-6 record for Holcomb, a 5.01 ERA. Travs are about to take the field, and we'll take our final break for the pregame show. Return with the first pitch. This is Travs in Tulsa on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
He's been a sports anchor on TV. He's reported on games of the Kansas City Chiefs. He hosts NFL postgame shows week after week. But he still hasn't quit his day job. Gordon Docking is the Chief Executive Officer of St. Mary's Hospital in suburban Kansas City. He's distinguished himself nationally as an innovator in healthcare, impacting the design of the hospitals of tomorrow. But before he was CEO, he was a master's degree student at Webster University. Today, he's an achiever in many walks of life. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fee. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Ray Winter Field, Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE. We've got Brad Hicks back at the studios in Sherwood. We've got the Travs on the field, and we're ready for July 3rd baseball. Of course, fireworks right after the ball game presented by Allstate Insurance. And if you can't beat the game tonight, we look for you tomorrow afternoon. 1:30 in the afternoon is when the ball game starts. 12:30 gates open. Discount tickets anywhere at any Pulaski County Exxon gas station. For the game at hand, James Holcomb had been one of the more dependable starting pitchers for the Travs until suffering a back injury during a start against the Springfield Cardinals on May 20th. He tried to fight through a start 5 days after, but was unable to get through more than one inning, gave up 3 runs in an 8-5 win over Midland. Holcomb sat on the disabled list for a little less than a month, May 26th to June 22nd, with a sore lower back, and this is his third start since coming off the DL. Still trying to get the feel for his pitches. Holcomb get a fastball in the high 80s, low 90s. Lighter curve and a change-up. It's Troy Tulowitzki into the batter's box. First pitch of the night at 7-11 is a called strike. 87 degrees here in Little Rock at game time on July 3rd. That is much lower than usual. And an 0-1 pitch comes to Tulowitzki. Right-hand batter takes a slider for a called strike, 0-2. Tulowitzki played in game 1 of the doubleheader on Friday and drove in a couple of runs in the Drillers win. Here's an 0-2 pitch. Tulowitzki slaps it to the upper part of the roof on the first base side, bounces back into the grandstand. A lot of oohs and ahs after that ball ricocheted off the underside of the roof, and the count 0-2 still on Tulowitzki. Seth Smith and Joe Gaetti are the next 2 batters against Holcomb. Here's an 0-2. The changeup is low and a good eye by the Drillers shortstop. Will be partaking in the Futures All-Star game in Pittsburgh on July the 10th. As a matter of fact, the Drillers will have 2 Futures All-Stars. It'll be Tulowitzki and the first baseman Joe Koshansky, both for the U.S. squad. Time called, Tulowitzki out of the batter's box. Last year's Rockies' first-round pick. Sidelined during most of the second half with tendinitis in his left knee. The 1-2 from Holcomb. Fastball turning Tulowitzki away at the elbows, way inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Holcomb, 6'5", weighs 200 pounds. He is from Reno, Nevada. 25 years old. He is in his 5th professional season and delivers a 2-2. Tulowitzki a little chopper foul behind the plate as Holcomb ran a fastball in on the hands of a big right-hand batter. We've got 2 shortstops in this series, and Troy Tulowitzki and Brandon Wood. A little bit larger, I guess, than your prototypical shortstop. Wood at 6'4", Tulowitzki listed at 6'3". Both very solid. Another 2-2 pitch. He swings and tips, and it's held on by Bobby Wilson for the strikeout. Tulowitzki chased a high fastball, got a little piece, but Wilson squeezes the tip. Strikeout number 38 for James Holcomb, and that'll bring up Seth Smith. Smith, the left-hand batter, killed the ball the first 2 games of this series. 4 hits, and the Travelers win on Friday. Game 1 of the doubleheader Saturday, a double and a home run, but he had a nightmarish nightcap, going 0 for 4, hitting into 2 double play. Holcomb into the windup, and a pitch comes. Smith takes it low, 1 ball, no strike. Seth Smith, 6'3", 220 pounds, very good outfielder, and having a decent year. Here's Double-A, 275 average, 9 home runs, 37 RBI. Seems to come up with big hits against the Travs quite a bit. A 1-0 pitch, high and outside from Holcomb, ball 2. Balls and strikes today called by Tyler Funneman. Great umpire for this Texas League crew. Barry Larson at third base. The crew chief is David Rackley, and he's behind first. A 2-0 pitch to Smith, and he swings and hits it to the gap very high, very deep. Devin Day trying to get back on that ball, but it's over his head. Hits the Rock Creek sign. Day going to fire to the infield, and they're going to throw to third base with Smith already at second, a stand-up double. That is his 7th base hit of this series and his 6th that has gone for extra bases. Just a couple of more feet above where the ball landed, and it would have been a home run. It would have been the 3rd homer for Smith in this series, but instead he'll be content with his 27th double, which is only 3 behind Brandon Wood for the league lead. They really put a charge into that high fastball. Holcomb put right down the pipe for Smith. Joe Gaetti stands in 8-game hit streak for Gaetti, right-hand bat. This is a slider, and it just missed a little inside, ball 1. Gaetti also did not play in the second game of Saturday's double dip. 1 for 3 in the opener with an RBI double. Here's the 1-0 from Holcomb. Gaetti takes low, ball 2. Joe Gaetti with an 8-game hit streak on the line tonight. He's raised his average to 298. Seth Smith at second, held on slightly by Roslin, but he's way off the bag. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Gaetti takes low, and Holcomb falls behind. 3 balls, no strikes. Control is a big part of James Holcomb's game. He's walked only 16 and 59 in the third inning. 5 of those walks have come in his last 2 starts. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Gaetti takes it, and it's on the outside corner for a strike. Holcomb had walked only 11 batters in his first 53 innings this year, but then 5 walks over the previous 6 1/3. This does tell you he's not all the way back from that back injury. A 3-1 pitch, high and inside, he walked him, ball 4. Dangerous situation as far as Holcomb's concerned. Here comes Joe Koshansky up to the plate. Koshansky's .554 slugging percentage, ranking 4th in the Texas League, 3rd amongst active Texas leaguers. Trying to look to turn a double play, and they've done that quite a bit against the Drillers here in the season already. Arkansas has turned 31 double plays against Tulsa in 17 matchups. Koshansky stands in. Big, powerful left-hand batter with 19 homers and 60 RBIs. And the pitch on the way. And he'll foul it back over the press box, 0-1. Koshansky has a powerful swing, both to left and to right. He is tailor-made for Ray Winder Field. Short porch in right field, 333 to dead right, 345 to the right field corner. 22-foot home run fence all the way around. Koshansky, however, this series marginalized slightly, 3 for 11, no homers. Here's an 0-1. It's a change-up, and it's at the knees. A called strike, and beautiful pitch by Holcomb. It's 0-2. Seth Smith, the 1-out double. Gaetti took a 5-pitch walk. Koshansky, 298 batting average on the year. And Wood playing right behind the runner at second. Rodlin, normal double play depth. Here's an 0-2. Swinging a pop-up into the third base seat. Matt Brown gives chase, but that is into the bleachers. And it's still 0-2 on Joe Koshansky. Mentioned that Koshansky will be starting at first base for the U.S. squad in the All-Star Futures game in Pittsburgh the day before the Major League All-Stars take the field. Another 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out with an off-speed breaking ball. Both outs in the inning coming by strikeout. And Holcomb now facing Christian Colonel. 82nd time Koshansky has whipped this year. And the 3rd strikeout of him in this series. Colonel coming up to the plate, right-hand batting third baseman. He's taking the place of Ian Stewart, who is the usual starting third baseman for Tulsa. Stewart fouled the ball off his foot in the second game of the doubleheader on Saturday and took a couple of minutes to recover from it, but that foot is a little too tender to come back to action. Pitch on the way, and Colonel takes a call, strike at the knee. Stewart had hit that ball off his foot in the first game and then was the DH in the second game. Colonel sat out in, he played all 3 games of this series. He is 2 for 7. An 0-1 in the dirt. Nice block by Bobby Wilson, handling that slider, holding the runners. 1 ball, 1 strike on Christian Colonel. Colonel in 15 games has 21 base hits, 447 batting average, with only 3 RBIs during that time. And he came on 1 swing of the bat in a 3-0 win. He had a 3-run homer, and that's the only RBIs he put together. Here's a 1-1. Fastball pulled on the ground to third base. Picked up by Matt Brown, goes the short route to second, and Rodlin's there to force out Joe Gaetti. So the first inning comes to a close without much going on. Holcomb did have 2 men on base with 1 out, but he strands them. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left. Bottom of the first coming up. Trav take in against Stephen Register. We'll have that first inning next on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
A young married couple sat silently on a porch swing one warm June evening. The young wife looked over at her new husband and asked, "George, do you think my eyes are beautiful?" "Yep," answered George. A minute went by. "George, do you think my hair is attractive?" Again, George answered yes. More time passed. "George, would you say that I have a gorgeous figure?" Once again, George answered yes. "Oh, George," she gushed, "you say the nicest things." I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the Church at Rock Creek. You know, when you're building a marriage, you have to learn how to talk to each other. Think about it.
The Church at Rock Creek has 4 weekend services. Worship times are Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 11 a.m., and Monday night at 7 p.m. For more information, call 225-8684 or look on the web at www.churchatrockcreek.org.
We've got a crazy fan on the field here, folks. He's wearing more body paint than a Mustang, Bob.
Uh-oh, here come the refs, but he's not slowing down. Fakes left, goes right, throws the straight arm. He's made it past the end zone.
Say hello to Mr. Goalpost.
Sports injuries can be ugly, but with some of the best orthopedic physicians in the state, Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas deliver the kind of care that can help you get back on your feet and back to the games you love. For an athletic trainer or for more information, call Baptist Health Helpline, 227-8478.
Who's going to feel that in the morning?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the first inning here today, Winter. Travelers come up to the plate against Stephen Register. Fourth time the Trav State game against the 6'1" right-hander from Columbus, Georgia. Register 0-1 against the Travs. Tulsa has beaten Arkansas in 2 of his 3 starts, but the Travs got the last laugh, beating Register 8-6 on the 6th of June, scoring 7 runs against them in just 5 innings. Register's overall record 1-5 is 1 win coming at Wichita May 20. Dwayne Bacon leading things off for the Travelers. He'll take the first pitch high, and it'll be 1-0. Third baseman Colonel for the Drillers playing way up. He's about a third of the way in, close to the foul line as the 1-0 to Bacon comes. And he takes it outside, ball 2. Bacon switch hitting center fielder, bats left-handed. Last 10 starts, just 5 hits, 3 of them bunt singles, including a bunt hit in the nightcap victory Saturday. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Bacon swings and gets a little squeal of foul, dribbling along the third base railing, and it's 2-1. See from Bacon a much more powerful swing these days. And it does appear to be he's attempting to drive the ball a little bit more than hit grounders. Hooked up a little. A 2-1. He swings and kicks it off the catcher. And Colina staring at his mid as if he was expecting to catch the ball, but that was in and out. It's 2-2 on Bacon. His average down to 206. Lowest it's been all year. 4 homers, 25 runs batted in. Colonel now backs up at third with a 2-strike count. And here's the wind-up Register deal. Low, and a full count goes on Bacon. Aaron Peel and Brandon Wood are also scheduled to hit. Then it'll be Matt Brown if anybody reaches base. Bacon in the doubleheader, 1 for 8. 1 for 11 in the series, just that bunt hit. Register's 3-2 to Bacon. He swings and fouls it back into the net, going after a sinker. Register throws a fastball in the high 80s, low 90s. He also has a decent sinker. Curve, change-up, slider, your basic 5. Payoff pitch to Bacon. A swing and a high drive at a deep right field. That'll send Smith looking at the wall, and it is gone. Wayne Bacon. A leadoff home run. The Travs grabbed the lead of the first 1-0. His 5th home run of the year. Bacon gets a 6th down from Aaron Peel at the plate. Travelers have been homered in the first 2 games of the series. Now in the last 2 games, they've homered 6 times. And interestingly enough, this is the 2nd time the Travs have hit a leadoff first-inning homer against Register. Aaron Peel did the same thing on June 6th en route for the Traveler win. Here's a pitch to him, and it is on the inside corner for a called strike. Peel, one of 5 homers for the Travs on Saturday night in Game 2. He was 2 for 5 combined. Here's an 0-1 to the right-hander. Swinging a fly ball shallow left. He was out in front of a change. Big Ten drifts in, gets underneath it towards the foul line, and makes the catch, and there's 1 away. The homer off Register, the 13th that he has allowed, ties him with Junior Herndon for the 4th most homers allowed in the league. Also the 3rd home run a Travelers hit against Register. Register had gone his first 11 innings against the Travs without giving up a single home run. He's now allowed 3 homers to Arkansas in his last 5 innings. And here's the team leader in homers, Brandon Wood, and Register goes to the windup and deal. Wood backs away from a fastball. Brandon named Texas League Player of the Week for the week ending yesterday. First Traveler to win the award this year. seems like in last season the Travelers had about 6 winners for that award by this time. Here's a 1-0 to Wood. And the fastball is on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wood in the doubleheader, 3 for 7. 2 doubles in the first game. A home run into the scoreboard over the left field wall in the second game. A 1-1. And that's low and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Wood on a 9-game hit streak. He's raised his average to 298. He's homered 18 times, driving in 57. League leader with 30 doubles. Minor league leader with 50 extra base hits. 2-1. Josh Smith, the outside corner. Register trying a slider. And he doesn't get the call. It's 3-1 on Wood. Matt Brown on deck. 1-0 Travs on Dwayne Bacon's second leadoff home run of the year. And 5th of the year, 26 RBI. Here's the 3-1 to Brandon. Swung on and jammed him a pop-up on the first base side. Koshansky behind the back, foul territory with Keith Johnson in the first base coach's area getting out of the way. Koshansky makes the catch, and that's out number 2. Nice hit by Register. You get Brandon Wood out on a fastball count here in the Texas League. He's done a pretty good job. Here comes Brownie. Matt Brown continues with his fine season here in the Texas League. Didn't hear too much about Matt coming into this season, but Brown is starting to raise some eyebrows across the Texas League. Pitch on the way from Register. And Brown takes a called strike, a fastball at the knee. Matt batting 296 with 10 homers and 39 RBIs. A lot of the scouts have been talking about Brown. They like how he positions at third base and hit. The 0-1. Hit him. Now on the left shoulder. Brown absorbs that little blow. Second time he's been hit by a pitch in the series. That'll put Brown at first. Give Bobby Wilson a chance to down to the first inning. Here's Wilson. Traveler catcher has had really 2 days off, 2 games off over the last 5 days. He did not play in the last game of the road trip Wednesday at San Antonio. Thursday off after playing Friday and game 2 of Saturday. Yesterday off as well. First pitch is fouled back at 0-1. Wilson should have some fresh legs. I wonder, probably see Brent Delciaro catch tomorrow's game. Ball game tomorrow beginning at 1:30 in the afternoon. Bobby Wilson 0 for 2 in the second game that he played Saturday. A rare hitless game during a streak where he's had a base hit in 11 of 13. Brown off at first, an aggressive stance as he leads away. Here's the 0-1. Wilson chased a slider low and outside and missed a wild cut, and it's 0-2. Wilson's .304 batting average, ranking 10th in the league. Highest average on the team, but Brandon Wood continues to creep up there, and Matt Brown just right behind him, too. 0-2. Register coming set, high set position, the kick and the pitch. Wilson takes it outside, ball 1. Bobby with 4 homers, 29 runs batted in. He had an RBI single in Friday night's win. Travelers picked up a victory in the opening game Friday night, 14-7. Lost the first game on Saturday, 6-4, and won the final game. The pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. Register strikes out Wilson to end the first inning. Got him with a slider. Travelers, however, bang a leadoff homer by Dwayne Bacon. 1 run, 1 hit, and the Travelers take a 1-0 lead into the top of the second on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in central, north central, and northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious slices from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper, salute individuality,
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Crabs take a 1-0 lead on Dwayne Bacon's leadoff home run. Heading into the top of the second where James Holcomb continues to warm up. Bill Elson with you on the broadcast tonight. Thanks again for tuning in on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE. Our next radio broadcast will be on Wednesday from Lawrence Dumont Stadium at Wichita. That'll be a 7:05 first pitch with airtime at 6:45. 5-game series at Wichita from Wednesday till Sunday. And the Crabs come back to Ravender Field for a 7-game homestand, Monday, July 10 to Saturday, July 15th. Saturday, July 15th, the next doubleheader. Jordan Zarnicki leading off for Tulsa, right-hand center fielder, and Holcomb will wind up and deliver. Fastball is fouled back into the net on the facade of the first base roof. Ends up rolling back down. That's something else. The ball actually came on the roof right above my head and then rolled back down. It's 0-1, and the pitch comes to Zarnicki. He takes a fastball off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Koshansky is followed by Judd Sigten and Alvin Colina, the 6, 7, and 8 batters against Holcomb. Haynes giving up a double and a walk in the first with no runs, 2 strikeouts. Zarnicki out in front of a slider, grounds for the hole at short, cut off by Brown at third base, and he flips on the run to retire Zarnicki 5-3. 1 out. We'll bring up Judd Sigten. Holcomb 2 strikeouts in the first inning, but you can usually tell if Holcomb is on the top of his game. He'll get a lot of ground balls. Judd Sigten, right-hand batting left fielder at the plate, the pitch. Low and away, ball 1. Sigten is 0 for 7 in the series with 3 strikeouts. Takes a big cut all the time. Big hits in the swing, too. Here's a 1-0. And he takes the fastball high, ball 2. 2-0 count, dangerous count. Sigten, a fastball hitter. Let's see if Holcomb gives in. Sigten's average only 229. 5 homers. The 2-0 pitch. A swing and a miss, and Holcomb crossed him up with a slider. Great pitch decision. 2 balls, 1 strike. Alvin Colina on deck. Sigten 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts Saturday night in Game 2. 2-1. A little low on the second slider in a row from Holcomb. Had a nice sharp break on it. Holcomb does look pretty strong. He's retired 3 batters in a row since allowing 2 men to reach in the first inning. Reno native delivers 3-1, and the fastball is right down the pipe, and Sigten is frozen like a statue. Full count. Well, they take it at 3-2. Holcomb drops the hand, delivers, swing and a miss. He's got his 4th consecutive batter, 3rd strikeout of the night. Finished him off with high heat. Sigten walking back to the third base dugout, and Alvin Colina stands in. 2 away. Colina, tough out. 2 for 6 in the series with a booming home run to the Timex clock on top of the scoreboard on Friday night. The Travelers' 14-7 win. Holcomb lines up, throws home. Inside at the 5th, ball 1. Colina bats .245, 5 homers, 23 runs batted in. Remember, the Drillers doing without all-star catcher Chris Ionetta, promoted to AAA Colorado Springs last week. Colina gets most of the catching duties now. The 1-0. There's a strike at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Colina is very solid. 6'3", 225. He's out of Venezuela. Good defensive catcher. Did not want to try to bowl him over. Here's a 1-1. A swing and a high fly into right field. Sailing back. Haynes is waiting for that one. And medium depth right field. He makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down. Holcomb is sent down 5 in a row, and the Traveler righty, and the Travs take a 1-0 lead into the bottom of the second. Here's Ravender Field on a beautiful Monday night. This is Traveler Baseball. Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
The romance begins at Cupid's. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donahue Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Parham in Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travis games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice, presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travis home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travis box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
It's the Travelers and the Drillers in the bottom of the second inning here on a beautiful Monday night. There's some cloud cover overhead, but it's cooling things off, so we are thankful for the cloud cover. Nathan Haynes will lead things off in the second against Stephen Register. 1-0 Travs on a leadoff first-inning homer by Dwayne Bacon. Interestingly enough, Bacon, remember, he's been in a slump recently, 11 starts, only 6 hits, 2 homers, and 3 bunt hits. Here's Haynes, still looking for his first hit of the series, although he has scored 2 runs. Left-hand batter, and Register comes home with a fastball, and Haynes pulls it on the ground, and it's scooped up by Koshansky on the right side. First baseman flips to Register, who beats Haynes to the base. 1 pitch, 1 out, and I'll tell you what, you can tell that the Bermuda grass, which has grown in, has really become pretty thick. Even a pretty hard-hit ground balls are dying before it gets to the infield dirt. And Haynes certainly could have had a base hit on faster surface, but have to hit line drives instead. Matt Pauly up in a pitch. Pauly takes a called strike on the low outside corner, 0-1. Left-hand batting, Pauly hitting .213. 48 game of the Travs, 7 homers, 22 runs batted in. Here's an 0-1. Pauly is swinging a little nubber foul to the third base railing, where a fan with a glove leans over and he cannot come up with the ball. He almost fell into the warning track. Count is 0-2. Some of the fans that are used to getting a clean look at foul balls on the ground won't get that clean look. The 0-2 outside the Pauly, ball 1. Each railing down each baseline, there's 3 or 4 red, white, and blue bunting flags. 1-2 to Pauly. Swinging it down to the short slowly. Tulowitzki charges. Love throws on the run, and it is just in time for out number 2. Nice fluid motion there by Tulowitzki. He's still got a little bit of tendinitis in that left knee. He is not moving very well after that play, forced him to charge in quite a bit. Tulowitzki is slightly limping, very slightly, but he's sticking in this one. Devin Day standing in for the Travs, 2 outs. And nobody on base for the Traveler left fielder. Register into the windup, high leg kick. His pitch is fouled off into the first base seat. Or over the first base seat. 0-1. Day, no hits in his last 21 at-bats. Gilbert, Arizona native, holding the bat high above the plate. Here's an 0-1. And the fastball is pumped right down the middle of Register, ahead 0-2. Devin batting 183 with 2 homers and 10 RBIs. Starting at his second outfield position in 2 games. Started in right field Saturday. Here's an 0-2 pitch. They are swinging a foul back off the net. And it's kind of a stay on the roof. Still 0-2. Eric Robin on deck. Day at the plate. Travelers 1, Drillers nothing in the second. Register has 1 strikeout. They struck out 36 times in under 100 at-bats. 0-2 pitch. Swinging a little chopper. Got a piece of it. Foul. Back behind the catcher. They giving Aaron Steele a day off from playing the field. If he'll be designated hitter today. Another 0-2 comes. Fastball, and they take high. Ball one. It's a moment. I haven't seen him yet today. Greg Porter is not with the ball club. Unfortunately, a family member passed away. He is at a funeral. Here's the 1-2 today. Low inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. It was surprising to see Porter's name not in the lineup considering the huge second game he had Saturday. 4 for 4, 2 three-way home runs. And Porter has family business to tend to. Of course, that is more important. 2-2 pitch. He takes it, strike 3. A fastball right at the knees. Register sets down all 3 batters in the second inning, and that'll send us to the third. Travelers 1, Drillers nothing. From Raymond Field in Little Rock on Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Claude Markham on working in the United States Navy.
Aviation ordnance second class. It's an indescribable feeling being up on the flight deck and just being next to them, pulling the pin from the weapon launcher before they take off. It's a big rush inside, and not many people my age can do the job that I do on the outside at such a young age.
Most jobs reveal what you do. Ours reveal who you are. To learn more, check out Navy.com or call 1-800-USA-NAVY. Navy. Accelerate your life. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back in the ballpark. Travelers and the Drillers in the top of the third inning. 1-0 Arkansas. Wayne Bacon's leadoff homer in the first is through. The last inning. James Holcomb, Travelers starter, still looking for that pesky first win. Holcomb last year won 10. In his previous 3 seasons, he'd never won more than 2 games. Of course, Holcomb did miss all of the 2004 season with a shoulder injury. James, let's get to that first win today. Matt Macri stands into the batter's box leading off for Tulsa. Pitch on the way to the right-hander, and it is a high fastball, 1-0. James Holcomb has sent down 5 consecutive batters since allowing a double and a walk with 1 out of the first. Macri, the 9-hitter, he's batting .241. The 1-0 pitch. Macri swings a fly ball to right field. Haynes is going back a few feet. He measures it in front of the warning track and makes the catch. And there's 1 away in the third inning. That's 6 outs in a row. Recorded by James Holcomb. 2, the top of the Drillers order now with Troy Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki struck out swinging to start the ball game on a foul tip. And is 1 for 4 in the series. Corners will back up a little bit. The middle infielders are deep. Outfield straight away for Tulowitzki. Here's a pitch. And it's a high slider. Ball 1. Tulowitzki has a straight up stand. Slight bend in the knee, but not much. He has opens that up just a little bit. Feet are not quite shoulder width apart. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Tulowitzki. And it's high inside, bending him back. Limbo style. Ball 2. Tulowitzki spelled Tulowitzki. Business spelled in the Travelers scoreboard. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that is low, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. On deck, Seth Smith. Smith, the only base hit of the game for the Drillers, a 1-out double in the first. Holcomb has walked 1. And now the 3-0 to Tulowitzki. And that is a strike at the letters. Maybe a little generous. 3-1. Holcomb brings a 3-1 home. And he misses low under the knees. Ball 4, a 1-out walk. Tulowitzki is aboard. Second walk from Holcomb, and that'll bring up Seth Smith. There are only 3 pitchers, I shouldn't say only, but there are 3 pitchers on the Travelers' active roster. They do not have a win. Bob Zimmerman, one of them, but Bobby's only pitched in 15 games, and Zimmerman has 2 saves. Miguel Gonzalez is 3 saves, 14 appearances, no wins, but 1 loss. And then there's James Holcomb, 12 games, no wins, 6 losses. Smith the batter, a pitch to the lefty is a little high, ball 1. Smith ran a 2-0 count in the 3rd inning, and then blitzed a double off the left center field wall. It hit the Churches Rock Creek sign, and just a couple more feet would have sent it over the fence. Crossed over to first base, and diving back to Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki has decent speed when his knee isn't hurting, but remember that left knee, little tendinitis in it, and you don't expect him to be running much. Still held on by Paulie. Holcomb into the stretch on a 1-0 count. Hits the leg, deals to Smith, the slider low, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Holcomb, an easy-going fellow. Wide-eyed, co-head. On the head of the clubhouse. Here's a 2-0 pitch. It's throwing the chopper away from Paulie, and it goes between first and second for a base hit. Tulowitzki will go to third. Haynes bobbles the ball in right field. Tulowitzki at third base, Smith holding it first. He's first and third for the Drillers with only 1 out. No error on Haynes. Tulowitzki would have gotten to third base even if Haynes came up cleanly with the ball, and he showed his intentions of going to the bag anyway. Men of the corners, 1 away, and Joe Gaetti standing in. Joe could tie with a sacrifice fly. Gaetti walked in the first, and Holcomb pitched very carefully to him. Holcomb into the stretch, Gaetti right-handed. Infield looks for 2, and a pitch comes, and it is inside, ball 1. Holcomb no runs over his first 2 innings. In his last start against San Antonio, giving up a run on the first. There's a 1-0 pitch. He takes the slider low, ball 2, and right now got Holcomb unable to get the batters to go fishing. He has missed with all but 1 of his last 10 pitches. Here's the 2-0. They're going to pop up. He jammed him shallow right. Rodman backing up from second. He's going to get underneath at first. Rodman puts it away, and that's a big second out. Holcomb unable to get Gaetti to go chasing a slider that was low, but Gaetti on a fastball count. Thought fastball got one, but great location by Holcomb. It had the inside corner, and it got to the handle of the bat, and Gaetti just could not make solid contact. 2 out. Joe Koshansky standing in for the Drillers. Struck out in the first. The Drillers were looking for him to come through. His batter was men at first and second, so he gets another RBI chance in the third. 1-0 trap. Robin deep at second. Paulie holding on Smith. The pitch. A slider low, ball 1. Koshansky going through a slump these days, which coincided with the end of the first half. 13 games, only 8 hits, 47 at-bats. That's an average of 170. And the 1-0 comes from Holcomb. It's low and outside. He's been behind the last 4 batters, 2-0. Has thrown only 1 called strike in the inning, and that came on a 3-0 pitch to Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki took the walk. He's at third. Seth Smith had a single. He's at third. Dangerous count. The 2-0 pitch. Change-up, low and inside, ball 3. 3-0 on Koshansky, and Christine Colonel waiting on deck. Very odd inning here for James Holcomb. Only 1 strike against 5 hitters with 2 outs. 3-0 pitch. Koshansky swings a drive in a deep right field. So long. A line drive, 3-run homer by Koshansky on a 3-0 pitch. That's why sometimes that 3-0 fat fastball is such a dangerous strategy. 3-run homer for Koshansky gives the Drillers a 3-1 lead. Number 20 for Joe Koshansky, the second league player to reach 20 bombs on the season. That ties him with Hunter Pence for the league lead in homers. And now with 63 RBI, Koshansky is the RBI leader in the league. And you can kind of see this coming. Holcomb has struggled with the strike zone for the entire inning, but somehow had not given up a run until Koshansky blasts a 3-0 pitch over the right field fence. Sixth homer that Holcomb has allowed. Tim Patterson, a quick visit to the hill, and he walks off. Rest of the infield back to their positions. Now the first home run of the series for Joe Koshansky. RBIs 61, 2, and 3. Now it'll be Christian Colonel standing in after Holcomb gives up the lead. Colonel threw his choice to third base in the first, and a pitch on the way, and he lines it into center for a solid base hit. You can see this second time through the order is much tougher for James Holcomb. First 9 batters, James set down 7 of them. For the last 5 hitters, 4 have reached. Jordan Zarnicki, a ground out in the second to third base. Another runner at first, 2 outs, 3-1 drillers here in the third inning. Holcomb a high set, he deals. Fastball, and he got the first strike. And Tulowitzki took a 3-0 pitch for a strike earlier this inning. 0-1 on Zarnicki. Colonel leading away short at first. Hold on, Paulie holding the glove out. 0-1 delivery. A little high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Zarnicki. Been almost a full year since Zarnicki came up from single-A Modesto last season. There's a 1-1, a pitch out, and Colonel holds at first. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jordan Zarnicki. Native of Anderson, Indiana, and the University of Tennessee. The 2-1 pitch from Holcomb is low, ball 3. He's thrown 22 pitches here in the third inning, just 2 for a strike, and that does not count balls that have been put into play. The 3-1, runner Belofsky swinging a little blooper foul onto the first base roof. Looks like Zarnicki may have cracked the bat, and he's going to go get a new one. Umpire getting a fresh set of baseballs. Lights are off here at Ray Winder. A couple of birds fluttering around the North Point Volvo patio in the left field corner, where Allstate Insurance has a large group out here tonight. I thank Allstate for sponsoring our first fireworks in the Rock. You know, I was asked about it earlier today. Are today's fireworks going to be as big as the All-Star fireworks, which were billed as the largest fireworks the Texas League has ever seen? Well, we'll find out when this game is over. Zarnicki back to the dish, a 3-2 count. Holcomb sets, kicks, and deals. Runner goes. It's high. Walking. Second walk of the inning. Here comes the 8th batter of the third inning for Tulsa. Doug Thigpen is the batter. 3 runs for the Drillers on 2 hits. On these 3 hits and 2 walks. And a pitch comes to Thigpen, and he takes it a strike on the inside corner. Slider that gets Holcomb ahead. James has struck out 3 batters. The last strikeout, Thigpen in the second inning on a high fastball. Colonel is second. Zarnicki at first. The Drillers looking to get ahead by further than the 2-run current lead. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. The Thigpen goes to a fastball. Strike 2. Ravs took the lead in the first inning on a leadoff homer by Dwayne Bacon. Joe Koshansky connects on a 3-run shot here in the third for the Drillers, his 20th of the year. Here's an 0-2. Big Ten backed away from a tight fastball. Koshansky now, by the way, is at 5 homers and driven in 18 against the Travs in 17 games. A 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Holcomb is taking care of Thigpen twice. And Holcomb also gives up the lead here in the third inning. 3 runs for the Drillers on 3 base hits and 2 men are stranded. We'll go to the bottom of the third, and the Travs now behind Tulsa 3-1 on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
From the hilltops of Atlanta to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah. I'm a Serena with every time.
Doritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's at North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National Great Weekend Special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has two convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Park Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the yellow pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We go to the bottom of the third, and the Travelers now trailing 3-1 against the Tulsa Drillers. Still welcome here with you on Air America Little Rock. Thanks for tuning in. Beautiful night, and boy, we have been treated to one of the larger Monday night crowds I've seen in 6 years here at Raywinder Field. The bleachers are about 4/5 full, most of them with families, not the usual rowdy bleacher crowd. A lot of families with kids and youngsters sitting in the bleachers. Box seats seem to be about certainly 2/3 full today. We've got a few thousand on hand for a Monday night game. Eric Rodman leading off, takes a called strike from Steven Register, and now has a lead to work with after he gave up a leadoff homer the first to Dwayne Bacon. 3-1 Drillers. 0-1 to Rodman, a changeup outside. Rodman trying to become the first batter since Matt Brown to reach. Brown reached 4 batters ago. Register struck out 2 and got 2 ground outs in the last 4 hitters. 1-1 comes with left-hand batting Eric Rodman. And that is a called strike on the outside corner. Rodman backs out of the box, shaking his head on the call. 1-2. Rodman batting .289. 3 homers, 28 runs batted in. Didn't have a base hit on the doubleheader, but did have an RBI ground out, finishing 0 for 6. Register with the ball in his bare hand. Now into the glove with a 1-2, and it is a little off the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rodman followed by Dwayne Bacon and Aaron Peel. The 9, 1, and 2 hitters against Register. Register lifts the leg. The 2-2 to Rodman is outside again, ball 3. Register seems to have the same kind of pitching style as Traveler right-hander Jesse Smith. Not overpowering stuff, but a lot of strikes. And one thing pitching coaches will like about him, they repeat their motion. The pitch, a soft line drive, a base hit through the 6th hole at shortstop. But Rodman just seems to be able to guide the ball through that shortstop hole effortlessly on 2-strike pitches. This is his 4th base hit of the series, and a leadoff single brings Dwayne Bacon to the plate. Bacon started the bottom of the first with his 5th home run, and it was his 2nd against the Drillers. A chance for the sacrifice bunt. Sue Colson to third baseman Colonel. A third of the way to the infield grass. Pitch to Bacon, tries to bunt, puts it in the air, but it is going to go into the first base seat, the foul ball. Bacon has been becoming much more adept at dropping down a bunt hit. Still sometimes has a little trouble trying to drag bunt from the left side and guide it directly between the first baseman of the pitcher's mound. That's what he was trying to do there before it was getting underneath it. The stretch by Register, the 0-1 to Bacon. Down and in with a slider, 1 ball, 1 strike, and that time Bacon did not shorten up on the bat. Colonel continues to play up at third base. He takes 1 step back, but he is still 5 steps on the infield grass at third. Bacon could shoot one by him. He'd have an easy extra base hit. A 1-1 pitch. Lane is swinging a pop-up, and the third base side, that'll go out of play. And over the bleachers, where a gentleman in the last row reaches out with a red Razorback hat and try to make the catch hat style. The sombrero is pretty tough to make a catch with. 1-2 to count on Dwayne Bacon. Aaron Steele on deck, and now Colonel backing up to the third base dirt. He's even with the bag. Rodman at first, no outs, and the 1-2 to Bacon. Low and outside, and it evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Register, third-round selection, 2004, put together 16 wins and 23 losses in a 2.5-year career. 2-2 to Bacon. Another foul off the end of the bat. Dribbles through that thick grass to the third base railing and stops right in front of that railing. Register out of Auburn University. Received 25 games as a closer with Auburn, but has been nothing more than a starting pitcher throughout his career. This will be the 58th start of his career, the 2-2. Bacon takes a strike. That is the out, and so to second base with Rodman running, and he is dead meat. Strike him out, throw him out, double play on a called third strike, no less. 2-6 on the put out at second, so the inning started somewhat positively with a leadoff single by Rodman, but the strike him out, throw him out, double play empties the bases and brings Aaron Steele to the plate with 2 outs. Pitch comes to Steele. It is low, ball 1. Steele a fly out in the first inning to left field. He was 6 for 11 in the series. The 1-0 is grounded past him out and into center field for a 2-out hit. Steele had 4 base hits in Friday night's win. Now 7 for 12 in the series, and here comes Brandon Wood. You know, on Saturday, when Wood hit his mammoth home run into the scoreboard, 2-run shot, there were only a couple of hundred people left from a crowd of over 3,000, the majority of them leaving between the games. And a lot of outstanding games Wood has had here at home that there haven't been big crowds for, but there's a big crowd tonight on Monday, so see if Wood can do something special. A pitch, low, ball 1. Now, Wood, a Futures All-Star participant last year, represented the United States, and he has not been named to the Futures game this season. Instead, it is Tulowitzki, the Tulsa shortstop, taking his spot. Here's a 1-0. Inside ball 2. I'm being a little nitpicky, though. I'm not too sure about other minor leagues, but the tandem of Brandon Wood and Troy Tulowitzki here in this one division, these are guys that are slated to have very long major league careers. 2-0 to Wood, and takes low. Register seems to be pitching around Brandon to the tune of a 3-0 count. 3-1 Tulsa, bottom 3. Travelers a leadoff homer by Bacon in the first. Drillers get a 3-run homer from their first baseman Joe Koshansky in the third. Now with Steele at first base, Wood has a chance to tie with a homer. Register comes home 3-0, and he walks in the pitch outside. First walk from Register. Second man is put on base himself. Register hit Matt Brown with a 1-strike pitch in the first inning and stranded him. 2 on, 2 out. Brown with 3 RBIs and a home run in the series. Matt steps in. Right-hand batter from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Register into the stretch. Nobody holding Peel or Wood, and a pitch to Brown is swung on and hit in the air towards center field. Zarnicki streaking back. He dives, and he couldn't catch it. It's on the warning track. 2 runs will score to tie the game. Brown holding it second. 2-run double from Matt Brown, tying the game at 3. Zarnicki almost made a Coco Crisp-like leaping catch just to the left of center. Outstanding effort by Zarnicki, but it just was a little bit too far away from his glove, maybe a couple of inches. So a 3-3 tie with Brown knocking in his 40th and 41st runs of the year. A little two-out lightning for the Travs. There were nobody on and 2 outs. 3 straight men have reached, 2 have scored, and now Bobby Wilson will try to bring Brown home. Pitch comes to Bobby. A swing and a little foul back into the net, 0-1. Matt Brown had a streak of 9 at-bats without a hit going into Wednesday's game at San Antonio. Brownie now 7 for 12 in this series. 9 hits in his last 14 at-bats. An 0-1 poked high down the right field line, slicing over the bullpen and out of play. Wilson is behind 0-2. It struck out of the first inning, and that was after Register got ahead of him with 2 quick strikes. Brown away from second base, no one holding. Register ahead of Wilson, 0-2. 3 strikeouts for Register, including Wilson. And the pitch. A little ground ball past the mound towards short. Tulowitzki looking for that ball. Field clean. Sidearm toss ends the inning. South side of the game, 2 runs, 3 base hits. Matt Brown, a 2-run double to make it a 3-3 game going into the top of the 4th. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. That's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, fans. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Norfolk, Illinois.
Stone Lake Golf Course is one of Central Arkansas's hidden sports gems. Located just 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road, Stone Lake features a unique lake-style course and some of the most reasonable green speeds around, complete with driving range plus chipping and putting greens and a full-range snack bar. Stone Lake has everything a good duffer needs. Check out a hole-by-hole description on stonelake.net or call 945-0945 for Stone Lake.
Faithfully chronicling the Bush administration implosion. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE North Little Rock.
Chronicling the 2006 season of the Arkansas Travelers here in Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Travelers and the Drillers have played 3 innings, and they played it to a 3-3 tie. Phil Elson with you at Ray Winder Field as the light begins to filter away from our eyes. It is starting to get a little bit darker, so there's some light left. Totals for the Drillers, 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Drillers are stranded 4. Travelers, 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors, only 1 man left. I mean, there have been 2 Travelers left on base. So very similar numbers for these teams heading into the 4th. James Holcomb sets to face the number 8 batter, Alvin Colina. Holcomb winds up, and the right-hander deals a slider inside. Holcomb had retired 7 of the first 9 batters he faced, but then in the 3rd inning after 1 out, 5 of 6 re-scored on a Joe Koshansky home run. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Colina. In the dirt, 2 balls, no strikes. Holcomb threw 28 pitches in the 3rd inning. And not counting those balls put into play, there were only 4 strikes. a fly out in the second. Holcomb back to work with a 2-0 pitch. Low and away, ball 3. A lot of 2-0 counts and 3-0 counts for James Holcomb over these first 4 innings. Very difficult to keep pitching from behind. Here's the 3-0. Colina takes it, and it's a called strike. It was on the outside portion of the plate. And Patterson will be a little bit alarmed by Holcomb continuously falling behind. He is speaking with Ty Boykin of the dugout. Here's a 3-1. Colina, a flare in a shallow right center, falling, a base hit. Nathan Haynes gets over and cuts the ball off, holding Colina to a leadoff single. Base hit number 5 for Tulsa. Macri stepping in. 4 hits and 2 walks over the previous 8 batters. Macri, a fly out in the third, leading off. Brown coming in at third base, a couple of steps and a pitch. Macri takes a fastball and for strike at the letter. Holcomb seeming to miss low with his sliders. His fastball's a little bit dangerous, up in the zone or above the zone. 0-1 to Macri. Inside at the belt, 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Colina at first. Colina doesn't run all that well. Holcomb looking for a ground ball. Check some Texas League scores this inning on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard as Holcomb comes home a 1-1. Macri sprays it foul over the first base roof. And here's a thud of the roof, and it's 1-2. Wichita and Springfield, nothing in the third inning. First place Wranglers helped end the Cardinals' 7-game losing streak yesterday. Jack Greinke pitching for Wichita. The stretch by Holcomb. And the 1-2 to Macri is a fastball pulled foul off the railing at third base. He was out in front of that pitch, way out in front of it. Still, it's a 1-2 count. Corpus Christi has a 4-2 lead at Midland after 3 innings. Hooks winning 8 of their first 10 games here in the second half. So is San Antonio. The Missions and Frisco scoreless in the third. 1-2 again to Macri. Swing and a miss on a slider, and he becomes strikeout victim number 5 for James Holcomb. Odd-looking swing by Macri showed that he was fooled by that pitch. Holcomb came with a slider. And Macri didn't swing until after the pitch had already broken. And he really didn't get much into the swing. Nothing more than an arm swing. 1 away. Top of the order, and Troy Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. It's in the dirt, bounces off Wilson. It'll dribble to the left, and a wild pitch gives Colina second base. Holcomb held on to that slider way too long. Not just in front of the plate. That was about 3 feet in front of the plate, and really not much that Bobby Wilson could do to stay behind it. Wild pitch number 3 on the season for Holcomb. Now a go-ahead run at second for Tulowitzki. Colina leads off, and the 1-0 to Tulowitzki is hit back off the mound and up the middle into center past the diving Eric Rodman. Around third comes Colina, and he will score to give the Drillers a 4-3 lead. Looks like the ball may have caught a piece of Holcomb's leg on its way up to center field. Tulowitzki with his 3rd RBI of the series and his 38th of the year. Now that's what one wild pitch can do. Mover man into second, and he scores on a single that just barely made it past the second baseman. Drillers 4, Travs 3, and here's Seth Smith. Smith waiting, and the pitch from Holcomb lined into center. That's a solid base hit. Tulowitzki holding at second base. And Seth Smith is 3 for 3. Looks like we'll get some action of the bullpen shortly. Brent Del Chiaro, backup catcher, jogging out to the bullpen mound. And we are going to get somebody warming up. Looks like it'll be Kyle Eden. 7 hits off of Holcomb. And 6 of those hits have come with the last 10 hitters. So Holcomb having a tough time today. He says that back hasn't been bothering him. And ever since he tweaked his back, he just has not been able to keep pitches low in the strike zone, which is where they were for his first 9 starts of the year. Joe Gaetti, the batter, and a pitch. It is on the outside corner, strike 1. And then Holcomb still unable to pull it at the knee. Gaetti a walk in the first, a pop out in the third. We've got Tulowitzki at second and Seth Smith at first. Paulie guarding the line at third base, Rodlin up the middle. And the 0-1 to Gaetti. Low and inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Looks like we're in for an offensive game tonight. Here's a pickoff play at second with no throw. Tulowitzki not taking a very large lead, and remember, the tendinitis in his left knee is slowing him down quite a bit. Rodlin will still hold him close. And the 1-1 pitch. Slider low, ball 2. Holcomb slider has lost that bite that it had the first couple of innings. Brewers get a run on 3 hits here in the 4th inning. Holcomb trying to keep the damage to a minimum. The 2-1 to Gaetti, swinging him in. The fastball darted inside. Gaetti chased one out of the zone, and it's 2-2. One thing Holcomb does have, velocity on the fastball. We don't have a radar gun reading here at the ballpark, but he does appear to be throwing it pretty hard. Velocity is where it should be. A 2-2 to Gaetti. In the dirt, dug out by Wilson. Tulowitzki wanted a run. Wilson fires to first. Paulie late covering the bag, allowing Smith to get back in. The count is full, and Joe Koshansky on deck. Koshansky took Holcomb deep in the 3rd inning, a 3-run homer. You don't want him coming back up to the plate with the bases loaded, certainly not. Kyle Eden has been warming up for just about a minute or so, and he might not have enough time. If Holcomb puts Gaetti on base. Big pitch about to come. 3-2 on Gaetti. Holcomb checks Tulowitzki at second. Now deals and walks him. The fastball missed outside. That loads the bases for the leading RBI man in the Texas League, Joe Koshansky. 63 RBIs, the last 3 coming on a 3rd inning homer. Tyrone Boykin is out of the Arkansas dugout and is walking to the hill. Crosses the first base line and points to the bullpen. That is it for James Holcomb. Holcomb unable to get through the 4th inning for the 4th consecutive start. And he will leave the mound with the bases loaded and the Travelers trailing 4-3. Kyle Edens is called in from the bullpen. He will come in, and as tough as the situation is in the Texas League, bases loaded, and Joe Koshansky at the plate. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. You can talk, surf, watch, go, and save. Do it all and get it all with services from the new AT&T, your world delivered. Drillers 4, Travelers 3. We'll take a 60-second break. We'll be back next on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Best deals. Like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you can get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, if ATT.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at ATT.com. You'll be in the driver's seat, as long as you're not riding with Kirk. SGC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T. Your world. Delivered. taxes, other charges, and federal universal service cost recovery fiesta. High-speed internet or credible card opportunity paid service and excludes FUSF cost recovery and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com for other details. Not available in all areas.
Tough situation for any Texas League pitchers to inherit coming out of the bullpen. Kyle Eden inherits 3 base runners with 1 out in the 4th inning, and the Travelers down 4-3 to Tulsa. And Joe Koshansky coming up to the plate. 20th homer of the season. Koshansky's 3-run shot of the 3rd gave the Drillers a 3-1 lead. Travs tied it on a Matt Brown 2-run double. And now Koshansky gets a big chance. Drillers took the lead with a Troy Tulowitzki RBI single. And James Holcomb allowed a hit to Seth Smith and a walk to Gaiety to load it up. Eden from the stretch, a right-hander deals. And misses high, ball 1 to Koshansky. Strikeout and a homer for Koshansky today. 4 hits, 13 at-bats in the series. They play for 2 on the infield. Brown off the line at 3rd. Hawley in back of the runner at 1st. A 1-0 pitch, and it's hit high in the air to left field. Devin Day going back, and at the warning track, he'll make the catch. That will score a run. Tulowitzki tags up from 3rd base. 3, and Koshansky drives in his 4th run of the night. So back to a 2-run lead for the Drillers. Day's throw went to 3rd base, holding Smith at 2nd and Gaiety at 1st. Now it'll be Christian Colonel stepping in. Kyle Eden making his 8th appearance for the Travs. ERA at 6.00. 1 win, 1 loss, 1 save. Batter is Christian Colonel. 1st and 2nd, 2 outs, and Colonel hits a fly ball to shallow left on the 1st pitch. Brandon Wood backing in there, but Devin Day is going to call him off. Day comes in to make the catch, and that'll end the 4th inning. Could have been a lot worse. Drillers scored 2 runs on 3 base hits. They stranded a couple of men. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Travs trailing by 2 again. Tulsa 5, Arkansas 3 on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
Coca-Cola, this is Bishop. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
It's been quite an offensive inning and a half ever since the Travs took a 1-0 lead into the top of the 3rd. Tulsa has scored 5. In the 3rd and the 4th, Travelers scored 2 runs in the 3rd inning and now bat in the 4th trailing by 2. Nathan Haynes will lead away with the pitch coming from Steven Register. A fastball for a called strike on the inside corner. Register in 3 innings has allowed 3 runs all earned on 4 base hits. The 0-1 to Haynes. Change outside 1-1. Haynes will ground out of the 2nd. He is 0 for 9 in the Tulsa series. Followed by Matt Pauley and Devin Day. 6, 7, 8 hitters. 1-1 pitch. Haynes takes down an in ball 2. And a 2-0 count on the Traveler right fielder. Haynes is 10 for 33 with Arkansas. huge road trip, but not that much here at home. The 2-1 is outside and high ball 3. One thing that has been apparent is that Haynes hasn't lost any of the speed that made him a top Angels prospect before knee injuries curtailed his status. 3-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball on the infield. Second baseman Macri giving way to the shortstop Tulowitzki right behind second base. He makes the catch in the inning. Is the first out of the fourth. That'll bring up Matt Pauley. Pauley is 0 for 1, a ground out of the second. Register has had only one easy inning, retiring Haynes, Pauley, and Day on 12 pitches in the second inning. Left-hand batting Pauley, 3 for 10 of the series. A first pitch ground ball on the right side of the pitcher's mound, scooped up by the second baseman McCree. His off-balance throw is scooped out of the dirt. And that'll be the second out of the inning. Really nice play by both Matt McCree and Joe Koshansky. And when you consider here at Ray Winder Field, where the dirt surface between the bases is a little looser than most other ballparks, the infielder scoops up a ball in the dirt, they're going to get a glove full of dust. It's pretty tough to see the ball and get a good grip on it, but McCree was pretty trustful of the first baseman Koshansky, and he was able to dig it out. 2 outs on just 6 pitches. Devin Day, the batter, he was called out on strikes to end the second. Here's the first pitch, and he takes it right down the pipe, a registered fastball for strike 1. Killers 5, Travelers 3, last of the fourth, and 2 away. The 0-1 to Devin. He swings and misses at a slider. And that just got underneath his bat, and that was a perfect hit by Register, 0-2. Well, Register trying for his second perfect inning of the night, and the 0-2 today, we're going to slow ground ball to the hole. It's short, cut off at third by Colonel. Flips on the run offline, but Koshansky off the base, tags out Day. And the fourth inning comes to a close. Travelers in 3 men to the plate. 3 men go down in order. Heading into the top of the fifth. Tulsa 5, Arkansas 3. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Tulsa Drillers take a 5-3 lead into the top of the fifth inning here at Ray Winder Field. Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE, brought to you by the new AT&T and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Jordan Zarnicki leads off the fifth. Kyle Eden's returning. Second relief inning for Eden. He'll go from the stretch and deliver the first pitch of the inning, which is bunted foul by Zarnicki for a strike. Eden came on and got 2 quick outs on just 3 pitches in replacement of James Holcomb. Holcomb a tough night. His line is complete, giving up 5 runs all earned on 7 hits and 4 walks, along with 5 strikeouts in 3 1/3 innings. Zarnicki a ground out and a walk. Here's the 0-1. Fouled back over the fence spot, strike 2. Holcomb now combined in his last 3 starts since coming off the disabled list, a total of 9 2/3 innings. 16 runs allowed. We will be making a start at Wichita on the upcoming road trip. Here's the 0-2. Zarnicki is swinging and a miss on the Kyle Eden slider. Strikeout number 6 for the Travelers staff today. And for Eden's his 6th with joining Arkansas. Nice looking breaking ball. One away, bringing up Judge Thigpen. Wind picking up a little bit here, Ray Winder. We've had on again, off again gusts. I mean, that's not real gusts of like 30 miles an hour, but up to about 10 to 15 during batting practice. Nice ball coming in as Thigpen stands in. Pitch from Eden, ripped down the third base line for a base hit. Devin Day charging over. He cuts the ball off. Here goes Thigpen to second. A throw from Day is offline, allowing Thigpen to slide into second with a double. Day may have had a shot to throw out Thigpen, but he needed to make the perfect throw. The throw forced Roslin to the infield side of second base. Thigpen, who had struck out in his first 2 at-bats, selects his 9th double of the year and his first hit of the series. Base hit number 8 for Tulsa. Bringing the 8th batter, Alvin Colina. Colina started the 4th inning with a solid single to right center. He moved to second in a wild pitch and scored a go-ahead run on a single by Troy Tulowitzki. Here's a pitch. Colina takes ball 1, a slider outside. Upcoming series at Wichita, I mentioned Holcomb will be making a start. He'll be making a start in the 4th game of the series Saturday night. 1-0 to Colina. There's a strike on the inside corner. A fastball from Eden. 1-1. Travs will see the 2006 AA debut of Jose Arredondo on Wednesday night at Wichita. 1-1 pitch. Colina takes inside another fastball. 2-1. Arredondo will be followed by Jesse Smith. Then Rafael Rodriguez, Holcomb finishing off the series Sunday with Nick Green. 2-0 pitch to Colina. Swing on, chop it to short. Second bounce, Wood makes the play and looks the runner back to second and throws Colina out. Routine 6-3 put out, 2 away, bringing up Matt Macri. The Wranglers will counter with a rotation of Junior Herndon, right-hander Billy Buckner. Our first look at Buckner. Sung Song in the 3rd game. Zach Greinke pitching in the 4th game, and Neil Musser will round out the Wichita rotation. Here's a pitch to Macri. Slider right down the middle, a called strike. 0-1. Macri 0 for 2. Lined to right of the 3rd, struck out in the 4th. 3rd at-bat for Macri in 3 innings. Runner at second, Thigpen. He had a 1-out double. Then Eden holds Thigpen at second with a ground out to short. Gets ahead of Macri with a quick strike. Now into the stretch. Eden checks the runner. Comes home. Fastball is fouled back. Strike 2. With Jose Arredondo making the start on Wednesday, that means Chris Hunter is now officially in the bullpen. And Travelers' bullpen has received quite a boost recently with the addition of Daniel Davidson and Chris Hunter, both seasoned starting pitchers, who will look for greater success in the pen. 0-2 Macri. Slider hit in the left field, a base hit. Coming on his day to field it. He bobbles the ball, and that'll allow Thigpen to round 3rd and score easy. They may have had a shot for Thigpen at home, but we'll never know. Thigpen was coming around 3rd anyway. Macri gets credit for an RBI single, and it's 6-3 Tulsa. For Day to have a chance to throw Thigpen out at home, he had to field that hard line drive base hit cleanly, but Day bobbled it. In fairness to Day, it can be a little bit difficult to field the ball off the grass in the outfield cleanly. Every outfielder the Travs have had this year have had trouble with that. Now Tulowitzki bats, and it pitches up high for Eden's ball 1. The Drillers have put together a relentless offensive attack for the last 3 innings. 6 runs on 8 base hits since the start of the 3rd, and we only have 2 outs in the 5th inning. Tulowitzki is 1 for 2. He scored twice. Another RBI single last inning. Pitch inside ball 2. 2-0 on Tulowitzki. Been a lot of 2-0 counts. Eden's giving up a run of his own here in the 5th after the Drillers scored 5 against the starter Holcomb. The 2-0 pitch. And there's a fastball right down the pipe. That's a dangerous pitch on 2-0. But Eden's got away with it, and it's 2-1. Tulowitzki's RBI single in the fourth inning broke the tie at 3, and there's a pickoff there to first, and they pick off Matt Macri. Macri was leading to second as Eden stepped off the mound and fired to first. They pick off Macri 1-3. So that'll get the Travs out of the top of the fifth inning. The Drillers, however, added lead with a run on 2 base hits. Nobody left. Halfway through this game, the Drillers streak in front 6-3 Tulsa. This is Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Tick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Tick, it's always the best. We stay with our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lit, hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Tick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Tick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Tick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Tick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the cafe?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Travelers now down by 3. Largest lead of the night for the Tulsa Drillers. 6-3. Steven Register back on the mound for the Tulsa Drillers. Delivers outside of the leadoff batter of the fifth. 1-0 on Eric Rodland, who led off the third inning with a single, but then was caught stealing on a strike-him-out throw-him out. Here's a 1-0 from the right-hander Register. Rodland a check swing. It's a called strike. Sinking fastball in the low outside corner. Register set down the side in order in the fourth. Working on a string of 4 straight outs. And a 1-1 pitch to the left-hander. Rodland a check swing, and the ball came to the bat. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. Strike 2. A little lucky pitch there for Register. On deck, Dwayne Bacon and then Aaron Peel. A 1-2 pitch coming to Rodland. Bringing the ground ball to first base. Routine for Koshansky, scooping it up. He'll jog to the base and beat Rodland for the out. To the top of the Arkansas order now is Dwayne Bacon. Even Register mentioned only 1 win. The Drillers, however, have won 8 of his 15 starts, including the last start he made. There's another no decision for Register, and although he gave up only 1 run on 5 hits and a walk in 7 innings. Register's had more than his share of tough luck losses this year. As the pitch comes to Dwayne Bacon, and he takes a fastball for a called strike. Corners are in, third baseman Colonel further up. Koshansky is about a step behind first. Bacon a home run to start the first, a strikeout of the third. Here's the 0-1. High and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Holcomb lost 2-0 to Springfield on June 16th. The finale, not the finale, but close to the finale of the first half, allowing only 2 runs in 7 innings. 1-1 to Bacon, under the knees, ball 2. Register certainly deserves more than just the 1 win he has recorded this season. There's a 2-1 to Bacon, bringing a foul back at 2-2. But it seems that Register's been hard luck for all of his 3 years as a professional pitcher. Register, although last year held the 9th lowest earned run average in the California League, at just a 9-11 record for Modesto. A 2-2 to Bacon. Tailing fastball outside, 3-2. And in his first year, Northwest League Tri-City, 3.63 ERA, only 6 wins with 7 losses. The Register's 1-5 record is about par for the course. Here's a 3-2. Bacon pops it up. Third base side, foul grounds for the bleachers. It is out of play. Falls into the concrete path between the box seats and the bleachers, only to end up about 5 rows next to the pathway between the bleachers and box seats. These fans milling around with nachos and hot dogs in their hand, carrying them up to their seats. They weren't ready for that foul ball to come their way. Count still full. Register has struck out 3 batters. He has walked 1, hit another. Payoff to Bacon, swinging a fly ball, well hit into center field, chasing it Zarnicki. At the warning track, he makes the catch. And that is out number 2. Bacon will homer to the first. Almost came close to another home run, although that ball would not have hit the fence. Didn't quite get the full force of his swing into it, so that is 6 consecutive outs recorded by Stephen Register, and this will bring Aaron Teal to the batter's box. Teal is 1 for 2. A single with 2 outs in the third. He would score on the 2-run double by Matt Brown. Here's a pitch. Slider for a called strike on the high strike zone on the inside corner. 0-1 on Teal. Now they hit in 13 of his last 16 games with Register dealing the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Tight slider, and Teal couldn't recognize. Strike 2. Register seems to have figured things out. After a rocky third inning, 6 consecutive outs and 2 quick strikes on Teal. Now the right-hander from Auburn delivers 0-2. In the dirt, and it's ball 1. On deck, Brandon Wood. Drillers have scored in 3 consecutive innings after James Holcomb held them off the scoreboard on the first and second. Tulsa's offense clicking on all cylinders today. Leg kick and a 1-2 to Aaron Teal. Swinging a fly ball, well hit in a deep right field. Smith is going at the wall, and he's right there to make the catch. Is back up against the Regions Bank side. That is the second well-hit ball by a Traveler, but Dwayne Bacon and Aaron Teal's drives are caught at the wall. The Travelers go down in order for the second consecutive inning. That'll take us into the 6th. Tulsa 6, the Travelers 3 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Hey, Gary Eubanks and Associates, you've heard us talk about what we bring to the table. You ask what that means to you. Well, these verdicts and settlements are real results we've achieved for our clients, as large as $19 million for one case. While facts differ and results vary on each case, you should put this experience on your side. Insurance companies notice, and that creates settlement. And remember, at Gary Eubanks and Associates, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
5 innings in the Big Bad scorebook. We head to the top of the 6th. Tulsa has scored in 3 consecutive innings to grab a 6-3 lead here in the 4th game of a 5-game series. Kyle Edens is back to work on the mound. Throws a strike to Troy Tulowitzki to begin the inning. Tulowitzki, after striking out of the first, walked in the third and an RBI single in the 4th and scored both times. Edens giving up a run on 2 hits last inning, gets Tulowitzki to pop up on the right side. Matt Pauley backs up, straddles the foul line, and makes the catch. One away to bring up Seth Smith. Here's some final scores around the major leagues on the Southwest Airlines scoreboard. Milwaukee beat Cincinnati 8-7 after the Reds took a 1-run lead with a 3-run ninth-inning rally against Derek Turnbull. The Brewers rally for 2. And the Brewers win at 8-7. Matt Wise got the win. Bill Hall a homer, his 17th. Ken Griffey Jr. hit another homer, his 18th of the season. Austin Kearns at number 16. Batter is Smith in the pitch. Inside ball 1. Smith is 3 for 3. A double, 2 singles. He scored 1 run. Smith on Friday had a 4-hit night. Here's a 1 to the left-hand batter. It's in the dirt from Edens, ball 2. Washington getting homers from Jose Guillen and 2 from Alfonso Soriano. The Nationals defeat Florida 9-1. Astacio the win, Ricky Nolasco the loss. 2-0 pitch coming to Seth Smith. He fouls it back over the Arkansas dugout, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike. That was a big cut on a 2-0 fastball. Tampa Bay blanks Boston 3-0. Scott Kazmir goes the distance, a 2-hitter. He beats Josh Beckett. Kazmir goes to 10-5. Beckett falls to 10-4. 2-1 to the batter, and Smith swings and misses at a changeup, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Joe Gaetti on deck. Eden's trying to hold Tulsa off the scoreboard for the first time since the 2nd inning. Pitch on the way, the 2-2 backs them off, high and tight, 3-2. Baltimore beat the White Sox 8-1. White Sox only 2 base hits, one of them a homer by Jermaine Dye, his 21st. 3 White Sox errors, so the White Sox made more errors than they had hits or runs. 3-2 to Seth Smith. A line drive to left. It's falling and a base hit. Bouncing towards Day. Makes a nice grab. It almost went over his head. He keeps Smith to a single, and it's a 4-for-4 night for Seth Smith. He'll at least get 1 more at bat. There's a good chance he'll get 2. Smith may have a chance for a 6-hit night. So Seth Smith now with 10 base hits in 4 games during the series. Joe Gaetti coming up to the plate. That was the Drillers' 10th hit of the night. Gaetti 0 for 1, 2 walks, a swing and a ground ball to the hole at short and through, a base hit. Coming on is Day. Going to get there quickly. Smith running hard, holds his second base. So Gaetti collects the 11th base hit for the Drillers, and now the Drillers are very close to blowing this one wide open. Joe Koshansky coming back up. He's already driven in 4 runs with a 3-run homer and a sacrifice fly. So what the Drillers have done, string together base hits, and then wait for a couple of batters to come through. None have come through more than Koshansky, whose 3-run homer gave the Drillers their first lead, and then after Trav tied it, Koshansky had a sac fly in the 4th, put the Drillers back ahead by 2. A pitch, strike on a fastball from Edens, 0-1. At second base, Smith and Gaetti at first. The Travelers have had none of their double plays against the Drillers today at 0-1. And that is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the Drillers, they really hit the Travs very well. Tulsa bats 308 against Arkansas. And it seems that the Travs' best weapon in the field has been the double play. They've had 31 turned against Tulsa. They need one now. 1-1. Swinging a fly ball left center field. Well hit. Day a long run, and he gets there to make the catch. 2 runners converge. Gaetti runs past Seth Smith, and that's an automatic out. And so the inning comes to a close on a very odd double play. Not the kind we were expecting. They usually get hit on the ground. That was a beautiful catch by Devin Day, deep in the left field gap. Gaetti running with his head down. 3 past Seth Smith between second and third for the final out of the inning. Drillers no runs, 2 base hits, 1 man left. Bottom of the 6th coming up. The Travelers down 6-3 to Tulsa on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, We all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Company Casualty Insurance Company. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company. Northwest Illinois.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Going into the bottom of the 6th inning, Travelers trailing 6-3. Brandon Wood will lead off. Wood got credit for the putout of Gaetti on the double play that ended the top of the 6th inning because Wood was the closest to the runners when Gaetti crossed paths with Seth Smith. And so Steven Register back to work for Tulsa. Throws an off-speed pitch for a strike and gets ahead of Wood 0-1. Register has sent down 7 batters in a row. The last man to reach, Matt Brown, a 2-run double in the 3rd inning. Wood scored on that base hit. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a tip and it's held on by the catcher Colina, strike 2. Wood 0 for 1. Foul out of the 1st, walk in the 3rd. Followed by Brown and Bobby Wilson. Register has struck out 3 batters. And the pitch to Wood is outside. Travs with 3 runs on 4 hits against Register, all 4 hits coming in the first 3 innings. Wayne Bacon, the leadoff homer in the 1st, and a Brown 2-run double in the 3rd. Here's a 1-2 to Wood. Outside a slider, ball 2. Down even. Register has now thrown 84 pitches in 5+ innings. Longest he's gone this year is 8 innings, performing that trick once. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Wood a swing and a ground ball foul outside 3rd. Notified of his Player of the Week award today during batting practice by Trav manager Tyrone Boykin. Here's another 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike out number 4 for Steven Register. And that is the 100th strikeout for Brandon Wood this year. Surprise him with a fastball. Register seems to be able to dial it up to the low 90s. And he goes for a strikeout. That is 8 consecutive outs for Register. And Matt Brown coming in. Brown, the last Trav to reach base. With a 2-run double to center in the 3rd, just away from the diving Jordan Zarnicki. Register feeling comfortable. Delivers the first, and it is swung on and missed 0-1. Angels and Mariners will be getting underway in about 10 minutes. Jared Weaver back to work for the Angels after 2 starts at AAA, which included a 2-hit shutout with 14 strikeouts for Salt Lake. 0-1 pitch to Brown. Swinging a foul back. It's 0-2. Good pitch by Register. Getting right on the hand. Felix Hernandez pitches for Seattle. That is an outstanding pitching matchup of 2 future possible 20-game winners. Hernandez after the majors last year at 19 years old, and Weaver up to the majors in just his 2nd professional year. 0-2 to Brown. Outside a slider, ball 1. 6 innings in the books of Colorado. The Giants have a 3-1 lead over the Rockies. A 1-2 pitch to Brown. Laid off a slider, ball 2. Pittsburgh torching the Mets. It's in the 8th inning, 10-1. The Pirates at Shea Stadium. Ronnie Paulino and Nate McCrowell have gone deep for the Bucks. Houston a 3-2 lead over the Cubs in the 5th inning. Biggio and Berkman home runs for the Astros. Jones for the Cubs. 2-2 to Brown, a line drive to the left field corner. A foul ball. Foul called by the third base umpire, Barry Larson. Larson got a great look at that. He will not get any argument from Tyrone Boykin, at least not an overt argument. A very close call there, but Larson was straddling that baseline. Nobody got a better look at it than him. And so Brown back into the dish. He was about an inch away from his second double of the night. So the count remains 2-2 on Brown and Register. Time for the second out of the inning. The leg kick and the pitch to Brown. Strike 3 called. A fastball on the outside corner. Brown is strikeout victim number 5 for Stephen Register. 9 consecutive outs by Register, and now the Drillers get somebody warming in the bullpen. Bobby Wilson standing in. He is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground ball. Leg kick by Register and a pitch. Fastball is a little low, ball 1. St. Louis trailing the Braves in the 7th inning, 5-3 at Atlanta. Albert Pujols connected on his 28th home run. He's 2 for 3. The pitch to Wilson, a grounder to short. Taken by Tulowitzki. His throw across the diamond is offline, and the tag applied on Wilson, jogging down the line by Koshansky. Side with side, the 10 straight outs by Register. We'll go to the top of the 7th inning. Tulsa 6, Arkansas 3 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Claude Markham on working in the United States Navy.
Aviation Ordnance Second Class. It's an indescribable feeling being up on the flight deck and just being next to them, pulling the pin from the weapon launcher before they take off. It's a big rush inside, and not many people my age can do the job that I do out in the outside at such a young age.
Most jobs reveal what you do. Ours reveal who you are. To learn more, check out Navy.com or call 1-800-USA-NAVY. Navy. Accelerate your life.
Liberal Progressive Radio. Sounded like a dream come true. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE Little Rock.
6 innings in the Big Bad scorebook at Raywinder Field. Travelers trailing the Drillers by a 6-3 score. We'll go through the totals here. Tulsa, 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors. The Drillers stranding 7 men. For the Travelers, it's 3 runs on 4 base hits, no errors. And the Travs have stranded only 2 men on base. They haven't had a base runner since the 3rd inning. Kyle Edens is back on the hill. Edens facing Colonel. Another 5 batter who is 1 for 3. Kyle Edens has gone 2 2/3 innings, surrendering 4 hits and 1 run. It's on the way to the right-hander Colonel, and he pops it up. Foul grounds at first base. Matt Pauley, just shy of the warning track, will make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. And Jordan Zarnicki coming up. There is action in the Driller bullpen. Also has a right-hander getting loose. It is Judge Songster, the split-fingered specialist from Nebraska. Also, there's action in the Traveler bullpen as Bill Edwards begins to throw. Here's Zarnicki, a walk, and he's 0 for 2. Pitch on the way. Fastball is a strike at the letters. American League games, Minnesota has a 2-1 lead at KC in the bottom of the 6th. Justin Morneau hit his 22nd home run for the Twins. 0-1 pitch. And the slider from Edens is low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Texas and Toronto 1-1 in the 7th inning at Arlington. Cleveland leading the Yankees 5-2 by the Lake in the 8th. 1-1 to Zarnicki. And that's low, ball 2. Jason Giambi hit his American League high 25th home run for the Yankees. Meanwhile, Todd Hollandsworth hit his 5th in about a week and a half for the Tribe. Tigers and A's have not yet started in Oakland. Here's a 1-1. Zarnicki is swinging a fly ball to right. Hanging in the air for Haynes. He'll now drift in. He's coming in and get there to make the catch, and there's 2 outs. And then Judge Sigthen to the plate. Angels in Seattle starting in 4 minutes. Dodgers hosting Arizona in about 9 minutes. Derek Lowe versus Cruz. Eden now facing Sigthen. Sigthen doubled and scored in the 5th against Kyle. Pitch. A little bit low, ball 1. Drillers 6, Travelers 3. Tulsa out hitting Arkansas 11-4. Here's a 1-0. And a slider low again, ball 2. Tulsa retook the lead in the 4th inning. RBI single by Troy Tulowitzki right now, the go-ahead hit. There's a 2-0 from Eden. Big Ten takes it, and it's on the outside corner, strike 1. They haven't announced the attendance yet, but I am going to guess 3,800. 2-1 pitch. Swinging a pop-up back this way. And way out of play. Big Ten sort of pulled that ball over the press box. That's how far ahead he was with that pitch. Count 2-2, bases empty, 2 outs. The last time the Drillers were set down in order was the 2nd inning. Eden's ready. Lifts the leg, comes home 2-2, struck him out swinging, and the inning is over. Down go the Drillers 1-2-3. That's what the doctor orders. The Travs come up in the bottom of the 7th, trailing Tulsa 6-3 on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Apollo 13. Great films known for their award-winning special effects. To create the magic, Hollywood hires companies like Industrial Light and Magic. Industrial Light and Magic hires imaginative people like Aaron Fowle. Before he was a master of special effects, he was a media communications student at Webster University in St. Louis, where his talent took off. Today, he inspires the imagination at DreamWorks FKG. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge, real world success.
Pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at the yard here at Raymond Field, Travelers trailing the Tulsa Drillers 6-3. Drillers making their first pitching change of the night. Judge Songster has replaced Steven Register. Register sent down the last 10 batters he faced in line for what would be his second win of the year. Register's line, 6 innings, 4 base hits. Allowed 3 runs. They are all earned. He walked 1 batter, hit another, struck out 5. Did not allow a home run. He did not throw a wild pitch. He did allow a home run, a home run to Dwayne Bacon, the first batter he faced. Songster comes out of the bullpen. Hard-throwing right-hander with a split-fingered fastball. 24th appearance, his record 1-0 with a .444 earned run average. Leading off, Nathan Haynes. Haynes 0 for 2. Followed by Matt Pauley and Devin Day. The three from a combined 0 for 6. Songster from the stretch delivers high, ball 1. Judge Songster stands 6'3", weighs 195. He's from North Platte, Nebraska. The 1-0 to the left-hand Haynes is fouled back, 1 ball, 1 strike. Songster, who is one of the more effective setup relievers last year in the league, has his ERA up to .444, but he has not given up a run in 4 outings. 1-1 pitch, and it's outside to Haynes, 2-1. Songster has worked 26 1/3 innings, allowing 19 hits, 5 homers. He's walked 10 and struck out 29. And a 2-1 pitch. Haynes a swing and a line drive to left field. Big Pen is there, going back to the warning track to make the catch. And there's 1 away. Well, I was way under on the guess of the attendance. We've announced the attendance tonight at 4,502 on a Monday night at Raywinder Field. Things that go boom in the sky. First fireworks from the Rock bringing out a lot of people tonight. Matt Pauley stepping in, the last 11 Travelers down in order. It's to Pauley. A fastball for a strike. A Songster pumps it on the inside corner. Bill Edwards is throwing in the Traveler bullpen. Eden went 3 2/3, fairly decent pitching. 0-1 to Pauley. Swing and a miss on the Songster split-fingered, and it's 0-2. Pauley has grounded to shortstop and grounded to second base. 3 for 11 in the series. From Songster. Outside, same split finger. Trying to get Pauley to chase it. Devin Day on deck. Travs haven't had a hit since a Matt Brown 2-run double in the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. It's in the dirt, bouncing away from Colina. Goes towards the warning track, fires to first, and gets the out on Pauley. Strikeout with the out at first base, going 2-3. Strikeout number 6 for the Driller pitching staff, and that's a dozen straight outs. So the ball seemed to trickle away from Colina. If he would take 1 step, the ball took that same step away from him, but he still was able to corral it right next to the crushed brick warning track. And his throw was a tough one, looking right down the first base line at Pauley's number. Good throw. Day the batter, here's the pitch. Low, ball 1. Day, now without a hit in 23 at-bats. Tonight he's been called out on strikes, grounded out to third base. 6-3 Drillers last of the 7th inning. Travelers offense quiet tonight. The 1-0. Inside to Day, ball 2. Got to give credit to Steven Register. He's given up 7 runs on 9 hits in 5 innings last time against the Travs. He really looked solid today at a tough part to pitch. 2-0 to Day. Swinging a pop-up out of play on the first base side, 2-1. You consider that the Travs here at Raywinder Field this year average over 5.5 runs per game in the way Register pitched tonight. That is outstanding work. Pitch today inside, ball 3, 3-1. walk would be fine. That would break the string of outs. Bring up Eric Rodman. 3-1 pitch comes to Day. He takes it right down the middle. A strike, 3-2. Strong for his third appearance of the series. He's thrown 2 scoreless innings before entering here in the 7th, and he's got 2 quick outs and a full count on Devin Day. And a payoff pitch. Bringing a fly ball to center field. Hangs in the air for Zarnicki. Drifts to right field a little bit. And he makes the catch, and that is 13 consecutive outs by the Driller pitching staff. The 4th consecutive perfect inning earned by the Drillers. That'll take us into the 8th. Tulsa leading by 3, 6-3. This is Traveler Baseball and Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Bishop. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
AmeriProd Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. AmeriProd features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an AmeriProd consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for AmeriProd. AmeriProd, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like FARC, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Well, the last few innings have gone by much quicker as the pitchers have taken over a little bit. They haven't had a run since the 5th inning. The Tulsa Drillers tallied their 6th run on an RBI single by Matt Macri. Macri will bat here in the 8th, following Alvin Colina, who leads off against the Trav's third pitcher of the night, Bill Edwards. Edwards comes out of the bullpen. 6'3" right-hander from Memphis, Tennessee, making his 30th appearance of the season. He leads the team with 7 wins, 2 losses. He's saved 2 games, has a .453 earned run average. 15 for Edwards in 6 days. Colina leads off, the 8th batter, and a pitch. Bringing the foul back 0-1. Phil Elson with you on the broadcast here at Ray Winder Field in Little Rock. Travelers leading this 5-game series 2-1, but the Drillers are 6 outs away from tying the series and forcing tomorrow's deciding game. 0-1 to Colina. Big curve from Edwards is inside. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Colina 1 for 3. Single to start the 4th inning, scored the go-ahead run. Base hit by Troy Tulowitzki. Edwards, a high leg kick, long arms and legs. He fires a curve and got it over for a strike, and it's 1-2. The wind is still picking up. Things have cooled down tremendously. When we started this game, it was 87 degrees. It's down to 82. Pitch. Hang in a minute. A strikeout of Colina. Big curveball from Bill Edwards. Strikeout number 26. For the Memphis native, and that'll bring up Matt Macri. 8th strikeout for the Traveler pitching staff. Kyle Eden, 3 2/3 strong relief. Pitched around 4 hits, allowed just 1 run, struck out 2. Right now, the starting pitcher, James Holcomb, on the hook for the loss. Holcomb giving up 5 runs on 7 hits and 4 walks in 3 1/3. Macri, the batter, 1 for 3, and a pitch hit off the middle. Wood giving chase up the middle from short. His throw to first is on the money. A great play by Wood. Continues to show a lot of, not as much range as Eric Ibar had last year, but certainly Wood has above average range for a shortstop prospect. 2 outs. 2 quick outs to bring up Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki had an RBI single in the 4th. That was the go-ahead hit. And the pitch. Curveball, strike one. Edwards has that curveball working tonight. Tulowitzki just his second game of the second half. 1 for 3, scoring 2 runs. 0-1. Inside, a ball and a strike. Tulowitzki has now driven in 3 runs in this series. He still looks like that left knee is hampering him a little bit. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Edwards. Way outside, picked up some dust on its way back to the backstop, and it's 2-1. Traveler pitchers have held the Drillers to no runs in 2 2/3 innings. Tulsa scored all 6 of the runs from the 3rd through the 5th. 2-1 from Edwards. Fastball all the way back to the screen again. He's holding on to these fastballs just a split second too long. Three balls, 1 strike. Edwards a strikeout and a ground out here in 2/3 of an inning. 30 strikeouts on the year, 10 walks. 3-1 pitch. There's a fastball for a strike on the inside corner, and it's a full count. Seth Smith is on deck. Smith will have a chance either the 8th or the 9th inning for his 5th base hit. 3-2 from Edwards. Tulowitzki takes ball 4 and another fastball thrown all the way to the backstop. 3 pitches that Edwards threw that were nowhere near the strike zone. The other 3 pitches he threw were pretty good. That might say a lot about Edwards' season. He has had a very inconsistent year. Sometimes Edwards is outstanding. He can be unhittable at times, as he has been for his last 4 outings. He has covered 6 innings, giving up no runs on just 3 hits. And those other times, quite hittable or very wild. Smith the batter, left-hander, 4 for 4. A pitch is hit in the air to left center, not deep. It's slicing towards Devin Day. He has to go towards left field now, and he makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. Good job by Bill Edwards. No runs, no hits. Turns him at first. We'll go to the last of the 8th inning. Travelers trailing 6-3, and coming up in the 8th on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Time for the Travs to make some noise. They haven't made any noise at all since the 3rd inning. In fact, the last 13 Traveler batters have been checked down. 10 of them by the starter of the Drillers, Steven Register. 3 in a row by Judd Songster in a perfect 7th inning. And now Eric Rodlin will try to roll that big stone back up the mountain and see if it stays. Rodlin is 1 for 2 at one of the Travs' 4 base hits. 3 of them coming to the 3rd. That was where Rodlin single was. Rodlin also a ground out of the 5th inning. Right-hander Songster to the lefty Rodlin on the pitch. It was a fastball for strike 1. 6-3 Tulsa. Travelers 1 run in the 3rd, 2 in the 3rd. Drillers 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. And the 0-1 to Rodlin. Swinging a flare to shallow center. Falling, coming in Zarnicki. It's a base hit. Eric Rodlin with a little blooper into center. stops the streak of 13 consecutive outs, and now the Travs might have something going. Only 3 runs to tie. We have another inning to work with after the 8th. Here's Dwayne Bacon, homered in the 1st. Came close to an extra base hit in the 5th inning, sending a drive to center, but Zarnicki caught it at the wall. Taken overall 1 for 3. So back from the left side against Songster. Brothers and Colonel, the third baseman, up 5 steps. Middle infielders, not quite perfect double play down. Off first goes Rodman. Short lead, the pitch. Fastball missing high, ball 1. Aaron Peel and Brandon Wood are the next 2 scheduled batters. Nobody warming up in the Tulsa bullpen. They do not have a resident closer at the moment. Now the stretch, and the 1-0 pitch. Bacon bunts it in the air, back this way, and it hits the screen. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bacon. Bacon tried to get a bunt down in the 3rd inning, couldn't get it down. Had trouble on that last attempt. Songster quietly sets 6 deal. Bacon takes it high. Does not shorten up on the bat. It's 2 balls and a strike on the Traveler center fielder. You get to Peel and Wood with at least a man on base. And then Brown. Those are 3 hot hitters. Bacon softly brings it back, choking up slightly. The 2-1 pitch. There's a fastball at the letters. Bacon takes strike 2. A gust of wind blows in from right field. Two balls, 2 strikes on Bacon, nobody out. Rodman still that short lead. Koshansky holds. Songster ready. He rears back and fires a fastball. Bacon pops it out of play. Turned on that pitch. It's still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fans have spotted a centimeter, but Bacon waiting for the centimeter to die before he digs into the batter's box. Centimeter, more or less. It sometimes upsets the timing of the batter, too. Here's a 2-2 to Bacon. And it's a low fastball, a close call, ball 3. Imperative for Bacon here to not have Rodman forced out at second, or if he is, to at least get to first base himself. 3-2 pitch, Rodman fakes, the pitch is low, ball 4, and the tying run will make it to the plate. So Aaron Peel will have a chance. Nobody out. Peel is 1 for 3. Last time at the plate, he drove a pitch to the right field wall, where it was caught by Seth Smith. 13 consecutive batters had been retired from the 3rd to the last of the 7th inning. But then Rodman, a bloop single to stop that streak. Bacon draws the walk. And Peel standing in. Steelers will get Jason Birch to start to throw in the bullpen. Colonel coming up slightly 3rd in case Peel bunts. Here's a pitch. He will not bunt. He will take a strike. Songster with a fastball at the knees, and it is not Birch warming up. Instead, they get the left-hander Josh Newman throwing, and it looks like Birch will start to throw alongside him. A lefty and a righty perhaps getting ready. Songster checking second. Delivers 0-1. Peel looking to bunt. The ball away from the catcher, and the runner's advance. It goes out of play. Peel drew the bat back, as Songster threw that split-fingered fastball right in front of the plate, and Colina didn't get a good look. He could not block it. That is a big gift. Rodman to third, Bacon to second. There's the fourth wild pitch thrown by Songster this year. Heel working with a 1-1 count, nobody out. Brandon Wood and Matt Brown are the next two scheduled hitters. A single could make it a one-run game. The ball in the strike. Here's the pitch to Peel. Fastball high, 2-1. Only Newman getting ready in the bullpen. That's it. Not Birch, just a left-hander. No left-hander scheduled to bat until Haynes, who is fourth spot behind Peel. Two balls and a strike to the Traveler DH. Songster throws the ball around. Gets the sign, set. 2-1 pitch. Check swing. It's a high fastball. 3-1. Cubs haven't had a chance to rally since the third inning. When Matt Brown's two-run double tied it at 3, the Drillers pulling ahead with 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth. Arkansas in a perfect situation for a big inning. Here's a 3-1. Swing and a foul back. Peel, a good cut. That was a hittable fastball. If he took it, it would have been a full count anyway. The count is full, 3-2. Songster set down 3 in a row in the 7th, so there were a couple of well-hit balls. Now trying to hold the lead for Stephen Register with just 1 win on the year. Peel waiting. Songster delivers 3-2 and walks him with a high fastball. The base is loaded for the hottest hitter in the Texas League, Brandon Wood, coming up. Nobody out. 3 runners on. Travs down by 3. Wood with a 9-game hitting streak, but is 0 for 2 tonight. Fouled out of the first. Walked on 4 pitches in the third and scored. Started the 6th inning by striking out. Wood 1 for 3 with the bases loaded. The play for 2 on the infield. Songster working from the stretch, looking for the sign of the moment. The right-hander is ready. Pitch comes. Change up high, ball 1. It may have been a hanging split finger, and Songster's lucky it didn't come right down the middle. Had barely any movement on it. Ball and no strikes on Wood. The outfield is deep in center and right. Room in the left field corner for Brandon. Quietly waiting for Songster to get the sign. Now the stretch. And a 1-0 pitch to Wood. A swing and a fly ball in a deep left field. Going back is Thigpen. He has room. In front of the warning track, he makes the catch. Coming home from third base, Rodman. Bacon going to third base. He's there. Throw goes to second. Sacrifice fly makes it a 2-run game. Brandon Wood was just a little bit in front of that Songster pitch. He just missed getting it to the wall. RBI number 58 for Brandon Wood. It's a 2-run game. The tying run stays at first. That was a smart play by Judge Thigpen. He did not try to get the tough out and get Bacon at third. He knows that the run that matters is the runner at first, which is Peel. Matt Brown has been just as clutch as Wood has been recently. A 2-run double in the third, and 5 RBIs in the series, including 3 doubles and a homer. They'll look for 2 on the infield. Middle infielders, perfect double play depth. There's a large gap to the hole at shortstop and also a gap on the right side. He leads off at first, Bacon from third. Here's the pitch to Brown. Swing and a foul back. He got a huge cut at a fastball which came under the belt. That was a hittable pitch. 0-1. Drillers 6, Travs 4, last of the 8th. Arkansas making their only noise over the last 5 innings. Runner's been hit by a pitch, doubled, and been called out on strikes tonight. Came close to another double in the 6th inning, but his line drive fell foul by about an inch or two. Songster at the belt. And here it is. Brown is swinging a ground ball foul outside third by maybe a foot. 0-2. That hard ground ball went right between the base and Dwayne Bacon, who led off in foul territory. That's how close it was to being fair. Now a right-hander joins Newman in the bullpen. It's Jim Miller, who got the save on the first game of the Saturday doubleheader for Tulsa. 0-2 on Brown. Tying run at first. That's Peel. Bacon leading off at third. 1 run home, 1 out. The pitch comes with Peel running. It is low, no throw to second base, and the tying run is in scoring position. Stolen base number 10 for Aaron Peel. Colina could not throw because he dropped that split-fingered pitch from Songster. No more chance for the double play. Tulsa sends the infield back with the tying run at second and 1 out. They do not worry about Bacon. He'll score in a ground ball. Wilson on deck. He'll also get a shot, perhaps. Brown in the hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Songster comes set. The kick and the pitch. Brown lays off. It's low again. 2-2. The Traveler cleanup batter with 41 runs batted in on the season. That's second on the team. Looking to make it a tie game here in the 8th inning. Perhaps give Wilson a chance for a go-ahead hit. 2-2 comes to Brown. Swinging a foul ball in the air, out of play, right side. That'll get over the roof. It's one of the better crowds of the season. And it is good to see that the Travs and the Drillers are giving these fans a good show. This is an outstanding game tonight. Much different from the last packed house we had, which saw the Travs lose 15-1. Maybe some of these folks will come back. Can Brown give them reason to stomp and cheer? Songster. Long time to get the sign. Now has it. Check third. 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got him with a split-fingered fastball. A beautiful pitch. 2 away in the 8th. And here comes Wilson. The first strikeout for Songster tonight is 30th of the year. Now Bobby Wilson will try. Wilson, who came into the game batting .304, is only 1 for 10 in this series. 1 hit and RBI single Friday night. 0 for 3 today. 2 groundouts to short and a strikeout. Tying runs in scoring position. 2 away. They will run on contact. Songster comes home. Wilson takes ball 1. That's split-fingered, low and inside. And almost nothing but split-fingered fastballs from Judge Songster. Wilson has come through with a few clutch hits this year. Wouldn't be more clutch than right now. Here's the 1-0. A swing and a miss. Split-fingered again. Strike 1. And I believe that is about 5 or 6 consecutive split-fingered pitches from Judge Songster, with the bottom just dropping out on the pitch that struck Brown out, and that was the same kind of pitch to Wilson. Really not much you can do with it. Sometimes it's pretty tough to recognize that it's a split-fingered pitch. Songster comes home. The 1-1 to Wilson. Swing and a miss. That time he threw a high fastball. Strike 2. Wilson is a guess hitter. He goes up there looking for a pitch. We'll see if he gets it. Songster is ready. Here's the 1-2. Low. He looked that split finger right into the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good block by Colina, by the way. The ball bounced off to the left just a foot. Not often your name is chanted at a minor league game. Songster quietly set. 2-2 to Wilson. A swing and a miss on a fastball. Strike three. Inning is over. One run for the Travs on one base hit. And the bases loaded. No outs. Man is one. Strand two. We'll go to the ninth. The Drillers 6. The Travelers 4 on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try to like beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, best-selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travelers, after leaving the tying runs in scoring position of the eighth, go to the top of the ninth, trailing 6-4. Bill Edwards returning for a second relief inning. We'll check the scores of the Texas League right now before we get to action. Wichita's Zach Greinke working on a one-hitter through 6 innings. The Wranglers leading Springfield 6-0 at Hammond Field. D. Brown has homered for Wichita, his 5th. San Antonio giving up 6 runs to Frisco at the bottom of the 3rd. And the Rough Riders have a 6-4 lead after 5 innings. Kevin Richardson, a homer for the Rough Riders, is 9th. Corpus Christi has a 5-2 advantage at Midland in the top of the 8th. Here in Little Rock, it's the Drillers 6 and the Travelers 4 after 8 innings. Joe Gaetti, Joe Koshansky, and Christian Colonel are scheduled to bat against Bill Edwards. Edwards allowed only 1 base runner in the 8th, and he comes home to Gaetti. A swing and chop to the hole at short. Moving into the gap here is Wood. He makes the play. His long throw is airmailed. It will stay in play, bouncing off the first base railing. A base hit for Gaetti on the infield, his second hit. Wood almost making a tremendous play, but that throw was way too strong. And now it's Koshansky standing in. Joe Koshansky is 1 for 3. 4 RBIs, 3 of them coming on his 20th homer of the year. That 3-run homer turned around a 1-0 Traveler lead in the 3rd and put the Drillers ahead for the first time. Edwards comes home. Koshansky takes outside. Then after the Travs tied it in the 3rd with a 2-run double by Matt Brown, the Drillers retook the lead in the 4th inning. Colina, a leadoff single. A James Holcomb wild pitch pushed in the 2nd, and a Tulowitzki single up the middle scored the go-ahead run. 1-0 pitch. No pitch, just as the plate umpire, Cinnamon, gets out of his crouch from behind the plate and went high. And he said no pitch, so it remains 1-0. Koshansky brought home Tulowitzki in the 4th with a sacrifice fly. When the Drillers tacked on another run of the 5th inning, a Big Ten double. Matt Macri singled him home against Kyle Eden. 1-0 from Edwards. Koshansky is swinging a miss on the Edwards slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Angels are underway with Seattle. 1-0 Los Angeles in the third. Weaver 2 hitless innings. 1-1 to Koshansky. Swinging a foul ball over the bleachers at third, strike 2. Final out of New York, the Pirates beat the Mets 11-1. Fifth Met loss in 6 games. Cleveland beat the Yankees 5-2. Jeremy Sowers got the win. A 1-2 pitch to Koshansky. Slider stayed high, and it's 2-2. Baltimore finished off the White Sox 8-1. Eric Bedard got his 9th win. Freddie Garcia falls at 10-5. Edwards at the belt. Pitch to Koshansky, a curveball, popped in a shallow left towards the foul line. Devin Day charging over. It falls foul. Matt Brown, the closest to that one, dove for the ball. That was just a few inches away from making a spectacular catch. But it'll remain at 2 balls, 2 strikes on the driller first baseman. Joe Mauer is over for the Twins, his 6th. The Twins still losing at Kansas City in the 8th inning, 5-3 from Minnesota's 10-game winning streak. They have only 3 outs left to save that streak. Koshansky back in there, top 9. Drillers leading 6-4, nobody out. Runner at first, Coyote. And the pitch. Fastball, shot to the gap, very high, left center. Day going out. The warning track is there, backpedaling, he makes the catch. Koshansky is out number 1, and Coyote scampers back to first. Is Christian Colonel. About 400 feet to left center where that ball was hit. And Day had to go back about 390. Coyote, very short lead at first, held on by Pauly. Colonel, right-hander, 1 for 4. There's a throw to first. And Coyote gets back in. We have really not seen many throws to first base today. Colonel, a single in the 3rd inning. That's it. Rests the bat on his shoulder. And the pitch from Edwards. Inside, ball 1. Nobody throwing in the driller bullpen at the moment, and so manager Stu Cole is not showing his hand yet. They had Jim Miller and Josh Newman getting ready at various points of the 8th. 1-0 to Colonel. Fastball, strike at the knees, 1-1. Cole could stick with Judge Stonks, who has showed a lot of backbone after loading the bases with no outs and giving up only 1 run. Here's Edwards to Colonel. Slider hit to the gap and left center field. Chasing his Day. Diving. It's past him. Bacon there to back it up, but he bobbles. Over to third goes Coyote. Colonel scampers to second. He'll get credit for a double. Great effort by Day. Just could not get that ball in the glove. It looked like he made contact with the glove on the baseball, but could not squeeze it. Bacon may have had a chance to peg Colonel at second, but he dropped the ball after picking it up. Second and third for the Drillers on the double by Colonel. If the Drillers bring home both these runs, it will be not impossible, but that much tougher to come back in the 9th inning. The Travelers have scheduled in the 9th Nathan Haynes, Matt Pauly, and Devin Day. They're combined 0 for 9 tonight. So things not looking good to come back in the 9th inning tonight. Infield plays in. The batter is Zarnicki, 0 for 3 with a walk. Pitch. Fastball inside. Zarnicki is 2 for 10 in the series with 1 run batted in. came on a single in the first game Saturday. Third base, Coyote. Second base, Colonel. 1-0 pitch. Zarnicki a foul ball. Chopper slowly to the third base railing. A ball and a strike on the Drillers six-hitter. All of the 4,000 plus that are at the ball game tonight, 4,500 plus, are sticking around for post-game fireworks sponsored by Allstate Insurance. Edwards ready. There's a 1-1 pitch. Zarnicki takes the curve. It's a called strike, 1-2. Edwards could use a strikeout, give the infield time to relax. 1-2 pitch. Slider outside, good eye by Zarnicki. That was a tight pitch. Late break on it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. James Holcomb started, went 3 1/3, allowed 5 runs. Edens out of the bullpen, 3 2/3, 1 run. Edwards line out 2 1/3 innings, no runs yet. The 2-2 to Zarnicki, and it's way inside. It got him on his left wrist. Zarnicki will get first base. Edwards trying to take over the inside portion of the plate with a fastball, but it got away from him, and he ends up loading the bases instead. Seventh batter that Edwards has hit this year. And the Travelers loaded the bases. The 8th man is 1 run. The Drillers now load the bases in the 9th. We'll see what happens. Thigpen, the batter, 1 for 4, 3 strikeouts and a double. Pitch on the way. Swing, a tip held on by Wilson, 0-1. Thigpen is 0 for 2. The bases loaded this year. That's only 161 with a runner in scoring position. They look for a double play on the infield. Deep breath by Edwards before dealing the 0-1. Half-swing foul ball back into the screen. 0-2 on Thigpen. Thigpen has struck out 6 times in 11 at-bats in the series. The 1 hit he collected in the series, a double in the 5th. He would score the last Driller run on a single by Matt Macri. Drillers at that point led 6-3. It is now 6-4 in the 9th. 0-2 pitch. Slider ripped over the third baseman, a base hit to left field. Coming home, Gaetti, he scores. And the ball booted by Day in left field. That allows Colonel to come around third and score. Into second is Thigpen. The Drillers lead by 4. 8-4 on Thigpen's base hit. Edwards unable to put away the batter with 2 strikes, 2 batters in a row. As Thigpen, we'll see if he gets credit for 2 runs batted in or 1. Thigpen gets credit for 2 runs batted in. He goes to second base on Jay's fielding error in left field. And it's still second and third for the Drillers. They keep pressure on. Batter is Colina, and a pitch. Bringing a flare shallow center. Coming in is Bacon, and going out is Rodman. Nobody can get there. Falls in a base hit, and that's for Zarnicki. A third run of the 9th inning, 9-4 Tulsa. Bacon was jogging in after that ball, but he had no chance of the play. It barely got out of the infield. With the infield in, Rodman didn't have much of a chance to go back into the shallow part of center to make the catch. Hence a little blooper for Colina, makes it 9-4. It's the 15th Driller base hit and their 4th hit of the 9th inning. Ken Patterson a visit to the mound. This is the largest lead of the game for the Drillers, right after the Travs left the tying runs in scoring position in the 8th. Matt Macri comes up to the plate. The last 4 Tulsa batters have reached base against Bill Edwards. First and third, 1 out. Infield wants a double play. Macri is 1 for 4 with an RBI single in the 5th inning. And the pitch. Swing and a pop-up, shallow right. Haynes charging in after recognizing where it was. He makes the catch, tacking from third base. Is Thigpen to throw home on the money, and he's out. Haynes pegs Thigpen for the inning-ender double play, 9-2 at home. The Drillers score 3 runs in the ninth inning on 4 base hits, 1 error, and 1 man left. Travelers need 5 to tie and 6 to win. Bottom 9 coming next, 9-4 Tulsa. This is Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Back on April 13th, 1932, the Arkansas Travelers opened their brand new ballpark to thousands of breathless spectators. In Raywinder Field, 74 years as home of the Travs, it's been a breeding ground for big league talent. We've seen young men develop from fledgling minor leaguers to World Series hero and experience the highs of 9 league championships. Almost 9 million fans have spun through its turnstile. It's where we introduced our kids to the great game of baseball. We've brought dates to the bleachers and sat through rain delays with friends. We've grown up and grown older at Raywinder Field. This is our ballpark. The Travs' new home, Dickey Stevens Park, will be ready by April 2007, and the team's future is bright. But Raywinder Field has been a part of the fabric of life in Arkansas for 3/4 of a century. During the Travs' 2006 season, it's our chance to say goodbye to an old friend. Call 664-1555 or go to Travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
To the ninth inning, final chance for the Arkansas Travelers. Drillers score 3 runs in the ninth inning to make that bottom of the ninth a little easier for Josh Newman, who comes out of the bullpen. Judge Songster went to 7th and 8th, credited with 2 innings, giving up only 1 base hit and 1 run, which is earned. He walked a couple of men, struck out the final 2 batters he faced, finished with 3 strikeouts. Songster had the toughest work. 8th inning, bases loaded, no outs, allowed only 1 run. Newman coming on in a no-save situation. Left-hand all-star makes his 37th appearance of the year. Newman was hit and hit hard in the second game of the doubleheader on Saturday, surrendering 3 solo homers in an inning and 2/3. Newman had given up only 2 homers against 170 batters faced until Saturday, and he allowed 3 homers against 4 hitters. Although none of the 3 batters that are scheduled to hit against Newman homered against him on Saturday. It's all 3 lefties, Haynes, Pauly, and Day. Pardon me, Day a right-hander. 2 lefties and a right-hander. Newman allows only a 149 batting average to lefties, 163 average overall. Haynes, the batter, was the reason that the ninth inning came to a close, throwing out Judge Thigpen on an attempted sacrifice fly. Here's a pitch from Newman. Haynes takes low, ball 1. Nathan 0 for 3 today. Solid line drive in the 7th inning, but it was to the left fielder Thigpen for the out. It also popped up and grounded out. Lefty to lefty with a 1-0. Haynes a swing and a chop at the second base. Macri comes in on the second bounce field, flips and gets the out. 1 away to bring up Matt Pauly. Newman with 5 wins, 2 losses, and a 2.47 ERA. He's had an outstanding season. And you get the sense he may have come on in the 9th inning, whether this was a 1 or 2 run game or whatever. Pauly is 0 for 3. Struck out last time of the plate. He's grounded out twice. And a pitch on the way. A swing and a miss, 0-1. Perhaps the Travs ran out of bullets after the bases loaded, no out spot of the 8th, managing just 1 run. 0-1 pitch to Pauly. There's another strike, a slider at the knees, 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Laid off the slider, ball 1. Programming note, we will be on the air tomorrow afternoon. Just found that out. 1:30 first pitch, 1:10 airtime. And we'll be on Air America, Little Rock 1380. Count is 1 and 2 on Pauly. Day on deck. A leg kick and Newman's pitch. Foul ball on the ground at the first base railing. Starting pitchers are on the record. Register for the Drillers came in 1 and 5. Holcomb for the Travs came in 0 and 6. A 1-2 to Pauly. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line, slicing foul and going out of play. Pauly coming back to the plate. Travelers down by 5 runs with 2 outs to go in the ninth. Too much offense tonight out of the Drillers. 9 runs and 15 hits. The Travs managing 4 runs on 5 hits. Newman covering his face with a glove, delivers 1-2. Pauly fouls it straight back. 3 consecutive fouls by the Travelers' first baseman. New white pearls brought out to the plate umpire. Pauly standing back in. Newman grabs the rosin, wipes it off his left trousers. Lined up in the 1-2 to Pauly. Swinging a fly ball shallow left, out from short. Tulowitzki coming in from left is Thigpen. Thigpen is there to make the run and catch, and there's 2 outs. Devin Day is the last hope to try to start something. The Day hasn't had a hit in his last 24 at-bats. For 3 today with a strikeout, a ground out, and a fly out. Here's a windup and a pitch today. Fastball, strike 1. Comes. Day takes off the outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. Newman gets the sign, leg kick, and the 1-1. Day is swing and a miss on a slider, 1 and 2. Looking to even the series 2 games apiece. Here's a 1-2 pitch today. Low. He's alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Day waiting for Newman. The left-hander comes home. Day takes inside. On deck, Eric Rodlin. Rodlin with 2 of the Travelers' 5 hits tonight. The leg kick and the payoff pitch. Swinging a fly ball down the right side, chasing it Smith to the corner. It is down for a base hit. He'll cut it off. Day trying for second base. The long throw is not in time. We'll need about 5 more of those. Day snaps his hitless streak at 24 at-bats. It's double number 5 on his Double-A campaign. Smith elected not to dive after that ball. If it was a closer game, he had a chance to make the catch. He decided to play it on a bounce. Here's Rodlin. 2 for 3. For the last Traveler run. Couple of singles tonight, but it's lefty on lefty. Newman delivers. Rodlin takes outside, ball 1. I mentioned how well Newman pitches against left-handers. Rodman bats .250 against southpaws. Newman stepped off. Day leading from second. No one's going to hold him. Travelers down to their last out of the ninth inning. They came back when down to the final out on Wednesday, but that was a one-run game. This is a 5-run game. 1-0 to Rodman. Check swing, a strike at the knees. 1-1. Newman twirling the ball behind his back. The Ohio State product is ready. 1-1 pitch. Rodman a swing and another foul. Dribbles to the third base seat, bounces off the railing. Ty Boykin, Traveler manager, clapping hands with the third base coach's area. Second straight at bat. The Travs down to their last strike. Newman takes a good long look for the sign. Finds what he wants, but Rodman will back out. Drillers 9, Travelers 4, 2 outs, bottom 9. Now the left-hander finds what he wants. And a 1-2 pitch to Rodman. Low, 2-2. Newman got 2 quick outs here in the ninth inning. Haynes a ground out, Paulie fly to left. And Day doubles. Rodman working on a 2-2 count. Dwayne Bacon on deck. Here's the pitch. Inside, full count. Newman grabs the rosin like it's an enemy. Throws it down to the clay mound. Back on the hill, the left-hander looks for the sign. Rodman, quiet in the batter's box. Waving the bat under his knees. Draws it back. 3-2 pitch. In the dirt, ball 4. And the inning continues. Here's Dwayne Bacon. Bacon now batting right-handed. His first 4 plate appearances came as a lefty. First inning home run to get the Travs in front. Struck out looking in the third. Fly to the center field wall in the 5th. Reached on a walk in the 8th and was stranded at third base. Jim Miller starts to throw in the Tulsa bullpen. 2 outs, bottom 9. Travs need 5 to tie. 2 runners on base. Newman ready. Delivers. Taking a swing and a flare into right center. Coming into the gap is Zarnicki. He gets there and he makes the catch to end the game. No runs in the ninth of the Travs. 1 hit. 2 men left. Our final score tonight, the Tulsa Drillers 9 and the Arkansas Travelers 4. Winning pitcher will be Steven Register. Gets his second win of the year against 5 losses. James Holcomb falls to 0-7. So the Travelers will fall to a record of 4-7 in the second half. Overall, 28-52. The Drillers to 6-5 in the second half. Overall, 47-34. We'll get the final totals with a recap coming up next on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report. This has been Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always follows the speed limit? What if 10-car pileup didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. So it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, fans. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Bill Elson.
Back at Raymond Field as the Travelers fall to the Drillers. Final score of 9-4. This is your Allstate Insurance post-game report. Allstate believes it's time to make the world a safer place to drive. That's Allstate fans. Are you in good hands? Checking the final totals in this game. They are unofficial for the Drillers. 9 runs on 15 base hits, no errors, and 8 men left. Travelers score 4 runs on 6 base hits, no errors, and they leave 6 men on. Recap of the ballgame. Travs got ahead in the first inning. Dwayne Bacon, a leadoff home run off register, hit it to right field, his 5th of the year. The Drillers would not score against Travelers starter James Holcomb until the 3rd inning. Holcomb set down 7 of the first 9 men he faced, but then struggled through the 3rd inning, allowing a 1-out walk to Troy Tulowitzki. Seth Smith then poked a single to right field, moving Tulowitzki to 3rd. After Joe Gaetti popped out, Joe Koshansky got ahead of the count of Holcomb, 3 balls, no strikes, and then blitzed a line drive home run over the right field fence. His 20th home run of the season, tying Hunter Pence for the league lead, and his 61st through 63rd runs batted in, giving the Drillers a 3-1 lead. Travelers made it a tie score in the 3rd inning, however, against Register. After 2 outs, Aaron Teal hit a single to center. Register then walked Brandon Wood on 4 pitches. And Matt Brown jumped on the first pitch and lined it just past the diving center fielder Jordan Garnicki for a game-tying double. That'll be the last Traveler base hit against Register. Set down the last 10 men he faced. Meanwhile, the Drillers got ahead for good in the 4th inning against Holcomb. Leading off, Alvin Colina singled into right center. He would move to second base on a wild pitch, and then score when Troy Tulowitzki grounded a base hit past the mound into center. That would make it 4-3 Tulsa. Tulowitzki would move to 3rd base when Smith singled, and Joe Gaetti walked, loading him up for Koshansky. Koshansky with a flyout to left, and that flyout would bring home Tulowitzki for a 5-3 Driller lead. Drillers would extend the lead to 6-3. In the 5th inning against Kyle Eden, the 1-out double by Judge Thigpen. And after the 2nd out, Matt Macri with a base hit to left, driving Thigpen home. That would make it 6-3 Tulsa. Travelers offense nowhere to be found against Register to the 4th, 5th, 6th innings. He set down the last 10 men he faced. Then Judge Songster comes on for a perfect 7th inning before the Travelers finally get to the Drillers again in the 8th inning. A leadoff single by Eric Rodman, and then Songster walked Dwayne Bacon and Aaron Teal to load the bases with nobody out. Brandon Wood came to the plate, represented a tying run. Actually, Wood represented the go-ahead run. The Travelers down by 3. Wood is just a little bit ahead of a pitch and fly it out to left field. It was catch to be made by Judge Thigpen. Sacrifice fly scoring Eric Rodman, but Bacon advanced to 3rd base, and then Aaron Teal would steal second. So the tying run at second base, but Songster buckled down, struck out Matt Brown and Bobby Wilson, leaving the 2 tying runs in scoring position, and the Travelers trailing 6-4 going into the 9th. That's where the Drillers pulled away for good against Bill Edwards. Leading off, Joe Gaetti hit a ground ball to the hole at short and reached on an infield single. Then after Joe Koshansky flied out to the left field track, Kristen Colonel, a line drive double to left center, just away from a diving Devin Day. That would move Smith to third base. Edwards got ahead of Jordan Zarnicki, 1-2, but hit him with a fastball on his left wrist, loading the bases to Judge Thigpen. Edwards once again got ahead of a batter, got ahead of Thigpen with 2 strikes. But Thigpen brought his hands inside a fastball and lined it over third, bringing home both Gaetti and Colonel, a 2-run single. That would make it 8-4 Tulsa. As base hit would move Zarnicki to third base. He came home and Alvin Colina blew the single over top of drawn up infield. That made it a final score of 9-4. So the Drillers, their season register, his second win of the year against 5 losses. Took them a while for that second win. Registered one and only victory this year. Came at the hands of the Wichita Wranglers on May 20th. Meanwhile, the loss goes to James Holcomb, and Holcomb is 0-7. Homers in the game, Dwayne Bacon is 5th, Joe Koshansky number 20. Time of game tonight was 2 hours and 52 minutes, and the paid attendance, 4,502. Coming up next on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report, we'll have the scores from the Texas and Major Leagues on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report here in Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch. Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because 2 great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and FCC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world, delivered.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
The good news here at Ray Winder Field is that the direction of the wind is blowing the smoke from the fireworks out past left field and over Rick's Armory. When we had fireworks after the All-Star game on June 20th, the wind was blowing the smoke directly back into the press box. And you may not remember or not, but doing the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report was a little bit of a chore. We're choking on smoke up here in the press box, and so it's nice that the wind is helping us out here. Fireworks shooting in the air. Good-looking fireworks display, as always, here at Ray Winder Field. Interestingly enough, the Drillers and the Travelers are the only 2 teams in the Texas League that shoot their fireworks from the outfield. And it's because both ballparks are situated at the corners. Well, Ray Winder Field is situated at a corner of an interstate and a road going over the interstate, and many different other things boxed in the ballpark. In the Driller Stadium, located at the corner of 15th and Yale, and so you can't really be shooting fireworks from out there. As the fireworks continue to go, we go through the scores across the Texas League and the majors on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. We do have a final coming in from Midland, where the Corpus Christi Hooks bang out 13 base hits in a 5-4 victory at the Rockhouse. Mitch Salvas, the winner, goes to 6-3. Ray Aguilar, the losing pitcher, falling to 6-5. Raul Estrada gained his 4th game of the year. Corpus Christi now with 9 wins and 2 losses. At the moment, they are a half game ahead of San Antonio. The Mission's trailing Frisco 7-3 in the 9th inning. Frisco infielder Kevin Richardson, backup catcher, Richardson with 2 home runs, now with 10 on the season. And the Rough Riders leading 7-4 over San Antonio. At Springfield, the Cardinals having a very tough time against Zach Greinke and the Wichita Wranglers. It is 8-0 Wichita. Greinke working on a 2-hitter, and actually it is now a final score. Final is 8-0. Wichita shuts out Springfield. A 2-hitter thrown by Greinke struck out 12 batters. He went the distance for his 3rd win. Blake Hawksworth falls to 0-1. That is the 8th loss in 9 games for the Cardinals. They fall to 2-9. Meanwhile, Wichita to 7-4. So a quick look at the Texas League standings. Wichita 7 wins, 4 losses, still a game ahead of 6-5 Tulsa. The Trials fall 3 games back to 4-7. Springfield knocked 5 games out at 2-9. In the South Division, Corpus Christi at 9-2, a half game better with the San Antonio Missions at 8-2. Midland at 5-6, 4 games back. Frisco right now 2-8. They are 6.5 games out. Major League scores out of the National League. Milwaukee beat Cincinnati 8-7. Former Traveler Derek Turnbow named to the All-Star team yesterday, blew the save and gave up 3 runs in the 9th inning, but the Brewers rallied for 2 in the 9th and win 8-7 over Cincinnati. Matt Wise got the win at 5-4. Bill Hall hit his 17th home run for the Brew Crew. Ken Griffey Jr. hit number 18 for the Reds. Austin Kearns went deep for the 16th time. The Cardinals lose another game 6-3 at Atlanta. John Smoltz stopped a skid of his own, won his 5th of the year. Anthony Reyes falls to 1-3. Jorge Sosa to save his 3rd. 4 homers for the Braves. Edgar Renteria hit his 9th. Marcus Giles, Ryan Langerhans, and Bruce McCann each with their 6th home runs of the year. Right spot for the Cardinals. Albert Pujols hit home run number 28. Alfonso Soriano hit 2 home runs, leading the Washington Nationals to a 9-1 win over the Florida Marlins. Soriano now has 26 home runs on the year. Jose Guillen chipped in with his 9th. Pedro Estacio the winner. Ricky Nolasso took the loss. Reggie Abercrombie, another rookie for the Marlins, accounted for the only Marlin run with his 1st homer. Pittsburgh bangs out 15 hits in a shellacking of the New York Mets at Shea Stadium. The Pirates 11, and the Mets won. 5th loss in 6 games for the Mets. Paul Maholm gets the win at 3-7. Maine, the loser, 0-2. 2 homers, both by the Bucks. Ronnie Polina, number 3. Nate McLeod hit his 4th. Houston finally gets Roger Clemens, his 1st win of the year, 7-2 over the Chicago Cubs. The Rockets tonight going 5 innings, allowing 2 runs on 4 hits, 3 walks. He struck out 5. He beat Clint Marmol, falls to 1-3. The Astros hit 3 homers behind Clemens, 2 by Lance Burton, now at 24 in the season. Craig Biggio hit his 3rd. Jock Jones homered for the Cubs, his 15th. That's the 52nd loss for the Cubs against 30 wins. Here's some finals in the American League. Baltimore over the White Sox 8-1. White Sox committed more errors, 3 than they had hits or runs. Eric Bedard, the winner, 9-6. Freddie Garcia, the loser, 10-5. Both hits for the White Sox by Jermaine Dye, including his 21st home run of the year. Miguel Tejada and Corey Patterson home runs for the Birds. Cleveland, outstanding start by Jeremy Sowers for a 5-2 win over the Yankees. Yankees got ahead 2-0 on a Jason Giambi homer in the 1st, his 25th. Shin Min Wong couldn't hold the lead. He falls to 8-4. Bob Wickman saving his 13th of the year. Todd Hollinsworth a home run for the Tribe, his 5th. Tampa Bay got a 2-hitter thrown by Scott Kazmir, and the Devil Rays shut out Boston 3-0. Ty Wigginton had 2 solo homers. Russ Branyan hit his 10th. Kazmir goes the distance for his 10th win. Josh Beckett takes the hard luck loss, falls to 10-4. John Reinecker, former Midland Rocktown left-hander, goes to 4-2 as Texas beats Toronto 6-1. Ted Lillard, the loser, 8-8. Mark DeRosa, a home run for the Rangers. It was DeRosa's 4th on the year. Here are some games in progress. The Angels have a 1-0 lead at Seattle in the 5th inning. Jared Weaver has allowed only 2 hits in 4 innings in his return to the Major League. Oakland, bottom of the 4th, 2-1 A's lead the Tigers. At Oakland, the game in Kansas City is now in the top of the 9th. Minnesota rallied in the 8th for 3 runs, and the Twins lead 6-5 at Kansas City. Twins have won 10 games in a row. 3 outs away from making it 11 wins straight. Joe Mauer and Justin Morneau each go deep for the Twins. 2 games in progress in the National League. San Francisco 9, Colorado 6. Last of the 9th inning, Pedro Feliz a home run for the Giants. Todd Helton going deep for the Rockies. Dodgers lead Arizona 4-2 in the 3rd. And those are all your scores across the majors of the Texas League, brought to you by the official airline of the Arkansas Travelers, Southwest Airlines. You can find them online at southwest.com. Final score from Ray Winder Field tonight, the Tulsa Drillers 9, the Arkansas Travelers 4. We'll wrap it up after these words on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
You signal to turn. light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms and conditions and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Company Casualty Insurance Company. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Well, the Travelers lose tonight by a final score of 9-4. And the official totals here, the Drillers 9 runs on 15 base hits, no errors. Tulsa stranding 9 batters today, with the Travelers scoring 4 runs on 6 base hits with 1 error. Arkansas leaves 6 men aboard. The winning pitcher, Steven Register, goes to 2 wins, 5 losses. He shut down the last 10 men he faced, finished with 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. James Holcomb takes the loss. Third straight loss since coming off the DL. Holcomb 0-7. He went 3 1/3, allowing 5 runs on 4 walks and 7 strikeouts. James did strike out 5. No save in the game. 2 hours, 52 minutes from the first pitch to the last pitch. Paid attendance on Monday, July 3rd, 4,502 at Ray Winder Field. The BC Powder player of the game will be a split between Tulsa first baseman Joe Koshansky and Tulsa right fielder Seth Smith. Smith finishing 4 for 5, his second 4-hit game of the series. He scored 1 run. Koshansky 1 for 4 with his 1 hit, a 3-run homer. He also had a sacrifice fly, finished with 4 runs batted in. And Koshansky is the league leader, driving in 64 runs this year. He had 2 homers in the game. Koshansky at his 20th, tying Hunter Pence with the league lead. Dwayne Bacon of the Travelers hit number 5 on the year. The loss puts the Travs at 4-7 in the second half. And at the moment, 3 full games behind Wichita for first place in the North. The Drillers go to 6-5 in the second half, right now 1 game back. Overall Traveler record 28-52. The Drillers to 47-34. And the season series firmly in favor of the Drillers. Tulsa has won 13 against 5 Traveler wins. The series is knotted at 2 games apiece. We've got the rubber match tomorrow. Special start time 1:30. We will be on the air with first pitch at 1 with the ITT Tech pregame show at 1:10. Match up on the mound tomorrow. Nick Green for the Travs, a 2-1 right-hander with a 4.50 ERA. Mark Kaiser takes the hill for the Drillers. 7 wins, 6 losses. Kaiser, a right-hander, with a 3.83 ERA. Again, that first pitch tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. If you're looking for discount tickets for tomorrow's game, you can get them at any Pulaski County Exxon station. And if you can't beat the ballpark, you can join me. We'll have the pregame show beginning at 10 minutes after 1 here on Air America Little Rock 1380 KBXE. Big thanks to Brad Hicks back at the studios. As always, a fantastic job done by Brad. Also the folks at minorleaguebaseball.com for getting us on the internet. And big thank you to the fans for tuning in tonight. Thank you very much for listening to our broadcast tonight. In that final score from Ray Winder Field, Tulsa Drillers 9 and the Arkansas Travelers 4. This is Phil Elson saying so long. Don't forget it is only a game. We'll talk baseball again tomorrow afternoon.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.